Hello. Hi. We're doing this.
Hello.
We're doing
Hi.
this. I cannot believe it. So, we have Hannah here, who is the author
Hello.
of Breath of Life, which literally gave birth to my own writing career for Macmillan. So, she's
Best
kind
fanfic
of
on the planet.
amazing.
Oh my gosh, guys. Already
And then
gonna
we have
cry.
And we have Question Turkey here, who is just, she does everything. She's super amazing. She writes Megmillan fan fiction and all sorts of fan fiction. She's also a YouTuber and a streamer, and she's been doing that for quite a while, haven't you?
Yeah,
Um,
a few years.
I knew about you before I even started getting into Megmillan because you were just like, you know, you're like a YouTuber that I followed when I first started getting into Dead by Daylight, and then now you're here. It's kind of
Yeah, I'm
crazy.
all over the place. You can't get rid of me.
So I'm so happy to have these two wonderful people here, and we're just gonna talk about Macmillan for the next little while,
An amount of time.
An amount of time.
some
That'll
sort of amount of
hopefully
time.
be a right amount.
I don't think you can talk too much. Maybe talk too little, but when it comes to Macmillan, I doubt we'll do that.
Oh yeah, no.
I mean,
So I guess we'll
lots to
just
say.
yeah
Yeah, be here all day easily.
yeah. So I guess we'll just start with the easiest question. Uh, when did you start shipping Macmillan? If you guys want me to lead, or if you want to start, you've been shipping them for
You
longer
go
than I
for
have.
it.
Yeah, go
Okay.
for it.
I haven't even been in the Megmillan fandom for even a year yet, which is kind of ridiculous to
Really?
imagine. Yeah, I think yeah, I just started playing DBD about a year ago now, but I haven't even been into Megmillan for a year yet, which is kind of insane. But
That's actually fairly late to get into Meg. Most of the Macmillan shippers that I've
I
ever seen have been
know.
into it for a long time.
I know. I know some people that are shipping it since like Megan Trapper came out, and it's that's when the game came out. So, yeah,
Oh,
I'm kind of
gee.
new, but as I said, I instantly, well, not instantly. Like I was kind of hesitant to get on new ships because the last fandom I came out of, the shipping was kind of like kind of a fandom where shipping
Oh,
wasn't really looked onto very kindly, right?
oh yeah. Like
Oh,
any shipping community in any fandom is going to have its individuals
Yeah.
with unique things to say.
Yeah, exactly. But I was very hesitant to get into a ship, but I just kept going through Pinterest because I'm gonna be honest, the DVD community has some amazing fan art.
Oh, it really does.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You can get lost
And
in just looking at fan
oh
art.
yeah, yeah. Pinterest is kind of scummy at, but it's better than TikTok.
T- True.
Oh,
Anyway, I kept seeing these ships just come across my dash, like poking at my bum, and there were, I think it was Megmillan, Nia and Wraith, Hillbilly and
Oh, that's a classic.
Claudette, and
Another
Jake,
classic.
yeah, Jake and Huntress. For some reason,
An
those are the
absolute
four
classic.
mm,
ships that I always saw, and I'm not really a big fan. I don't really care for Jake and Huntress. Nothing wrong. I just don't really, I don't really
Yeah.
clicked. But the other ones did, and especially Megmillan. And suddenly I was saving like every single Megmillan pin I could find. I think I have like almost 200 of them now. Um, and then eventually I gathered up the courage to go look at some fan fiction. And I can't remember exactly the first one I read, but I know that Hannah's was one of the first. And it's what really made me fall in love with the ship. And it's what made me really decide, like, oh yeah, yeah, I'm gonna start writing Macmillan. And then I started following people on Twitter. I think Question Turkey and Hannah were two of the very first people I ever followed on Twitter. Um, and it's been history since then, and I just love it so much. Which one of you
yeah.
has a
Oh,
story for
gosh.
me?
Story. I think, okay, I'll go next because it's also wrapping in Turkey into it. Then we're hyping her up, and then she can make her grand Megmillan entrance. So I've been playing DVD pretty much since it came out,
Wow.
and I've always loved Meg, like my main girl Meg,
Hmm.
and then of course Trapper. I'm like, man, I just love them both so individually. And then one day it just kind of clicked. I was like, what if they kiss? Like, what if this is a thing? And I thought, like, well, no one ships anybody in DVD. Like, that's just silly. There's nothing out there. And then one day I was like, but what if? What if there is? It was kind of these like revelations of, well, maybe I can actually use my brain and look it up. And the very first thing I saw was Turkey's Tumblr, actually.
Oh my god.
And it was like all of your old Macmillan fan art. And I was like, oh, this is actually a thing. What the heck?
Holy shit.
And I was just going into, I think I went all the way to like the very beginning of your Tumblr. And then
Oh
I
my
felt
gosh.
so creepy. Like, I was just going. And then saw all your other little phases with DVD and other, and I was like, oh, this person's so cool. Like, what the heck? And then, yeah, it just kind of evolved from there, where I was just, again, looking at all these different like artists and Macmillan pictures, and then went into fan fiction. And I saw this fan fiction, I think it was of Fang and the Doctor, and I didn't read it, but like the premise of like they're out, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. What if I did one with Meg and Evan? Oh, and then it just, yeah, I was like, well, no one's gonna read it. Maybe like 3 people, and then that's gonna be that. But it'll make me happy. And then one of the very first comments I got was from Turkey, and I was like,
Oh.
Dude,
no.
I back then I was looking at the Megmillan tag on every website known to man 5 times a day. I found that shit pretty quick.
I know. And when I saw like in my email, I think I was probably just like chilling in bed after like having some wine. I was vibing. And then I saw like Question Turkey left a comment. I was like, no, the Question Turkey. And then, I'm kind of writing fan fiction, even interacting with you guys. And then, oh, Flighty, like you, just all of your support just really has even made the ship Macmillan even more important to me, because
Aw.
it's just people that love it too, and it's just been so great, and I just love it so much.
5 minutes in, you're gonna make me cry.
Well, you guys already made me cry at the beginning, so payback.
I can't wait to hear Turkey's story.
Okay, mine isn't as action packed, but so back in the dredges, the trenches, if you will, of 2018 DVD Tumblr, there weren't many ships. I think that was like right after Amanda came out, so there weren't that many characters either. So like the big prominent ships at the time were like Meg and Nia, Dwight and Jake, things like that.
Yeah.
Wraith and Trapper. Wraith and Trapper was a big one,
Oh yeah.
and like those were like pretty much the main ones that you saw, and there wasn't a whole lot of variety. But then there was this one person on Tumblr. I don't know, Hannah, if you would know who it was, but their name was Cymorg. This was back in
Oh,
2018.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I used to be really good friends with that person, and they started posting on Tumblr about Megmillan, and I was like, what is this? I've never seen this before. And obviously, the Trapper's the love of my life, naturally. So I would be, and also Meg too, both of them. So I had the same connection that Hannah had. I was like, what if they kissed? And then after that, I started like getting into it, like coming up with headcanons for people. It was like there were like maybe 10 pieces of fan art for them in total, like on the entire internet back then.
Oh wow.
Oh,
And I was like just getting into it, headcanoning with people, and it completely consumed my life for several years after that. So
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
that's pretty much it.
Wow. It's kind of crazy. It seems like you found it right when it was just beginning to bloom.
Well, I got into Dead by Daylight at the end of 2017, so it had already been around for like a year, and I'm sure, like I said, there were other fan arts that had existed of them before, but towards the beginning is about when I found it.
Yeah, wow. That you guys have both really great stories, I'm gonna be honest. Uh, so I guess it segues really nicely into we explained how we found the ship and how it consumed our lives entirely. But a good question
yeah.
I think always is, what do you like about Macmillan? I mean, you guys both said that you both just liked Meg and Evan, and you thought, what if they kissed? But like you spoke of headcanons, like what do you think makes Macmillan just such a good ship, and what do you like personally about it?
For me, I really like just like how nicely they complement each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're first of all, they're both extremely stubborn.
Yes.
Secondly, they actually have like pretty similar backstories as well, just like kind of where they come from, just from different varieties, and they're also like in a lot of ways like complementing opposites,
Mm-hmm.
which I think really balances them out a lot, which I really like about it as well.
Oh yeah.
Totally agree with that. And like, yeah, the whole stubborn thing, that was like, I think one of the things that I'm like, yeah, they're both just so stubborn. And with Breath of Life, it was really fun kind of exploring them, like developing their feelings, but still being so stinking
Oh my
stubborn
gosh.
about them that they're like, no, it's not happening. Like, that's not, no, it's not a thing, as they're like cuddling in bed. I'm like, no, it's fine.
Oh my
And
god.
I also love like their, I feel like they're both so, they have things that they're confident about. You know, Meg and her athleticism and her running and kind of who she is. I think she's stubborn. She's confident in that. But I think on the flip side, she has things that she's like incredibly insecure about.
Mhm.
And Evan has the same things where I think he's
Oh
just
yeah.
an insecure person overall, but he masks it by being this, you know, brooding,
Oh yeah.
tough guy. And just them like, I think just head canoning, like overcoming their insecurities and like complementing their own insecurities with each other and being like, no, like you really have nothing to be insecure about in this way because you are so incredible in this other way. I just think it's just
Oh,
so great.
it's so sweet.
It
It's
really
so
is.
sweet. Yeah, I really connect with what you said about writing them super stubborn. I think it's so much fun to both just write them as these two stubborn people who are just trying to match each other's stubbornness with their own, and it's really funny, and it makes them a really fun relationship to write. And I haven't even really gotten to the romance yet on my own fic. It's been quite a slow burn, but it's been so much fun. And my favorite thing is probably just because always in my mind, like Meg and Evan are two characters who, like, they have their lore, right? And you can kind of get a glimpse
Yes.
into who they are and what their life might have been like in this lore. But at the same time, they're not written out in like a book, right? There's no novel for them, so there's still so much of
Yeah.
who they are and their personalities and their thought processes that we don't know. So a lot of it, I think, is coming up with those ideas for yourself and taking what you have or given in the lore and making it your own. And I think a lot of our opinions about who they are in the relationship is very similar, which I think
Yeah.
is because the DVD devs did such a good job writing them. But at the same time, like I just love how the DVD characters. This goes for all the ships, but especially for Megmillan. There's just so much creativity in it, and you can make the characters who you want, and just we're
Yeah, exactly.
literally coming up with this romance just because these two characters, we think that they would complement each other, which is funny because the devs never stated that these two characters are stubborn. It's always just our own interpretations of the
Um
characters.
Actually, the lead like lore designer for DBD did like officially state that Evan was incredibly stubborn on
Oh well,
Twitter.
then there we go.
Oh,
There we
Yeah,
go.
he did.
I
Yeah, but
love that.
yeah. But that just says like how good we are at actually interpreting these characters. Like we know them more than we know, like, I don't know, even ourselves sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but
I
I
feel like
love
they
them.
just live. Oh, sorry.
No,
I
it's
didn't
okay.
interrupt you.
It's okay.
I just feel like they like live in my brain so much that even I'll
Oh
catch
yeah.
myself being like, I'll just like listen to a song and I'll be like, Evan would hate this. Or Meg, oh, this song would be something that Meg would like. And I'm like, I don't even do that with friends. But I'm like, oh yeah, they would like this. They would do this. They're just like there.
Oh
Also,
yeah.
the classic like intricate AMVs in your head with characters and
Oh
scenarios.
Oh my
yes.
gosh.
Like super like 2012 dramatic.
Oh, exactly. Like
Yeah.
MS Paint movie maker like
Yeah.
style AMV.
Every time we touch AMVs.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it
Yeah.
is really crazy. They've totally take over your lives. Like when I'm writing, I try to imagine myself in Meg's shoes just to get a sense of like make her feel like an actual character. But sometimes when
Mhm.
I'm picturing myself in my head, I picture her instead. So sometimes I get really confused. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, that's not my face. Oh no, it is. It's I'm thinking of Meg, not myself. And oh my
Caught
god.
myself doing the same thing with especially Breath of Life in some situations, and I'm like writing and I'm like, how would I react to this? And I'm like, no, no, no.
Yeah.
Like, we're not writing. I'm not Meg. Meg is not me. Like, how would she react? Oh
Oh
my
yeah.
gosh.
Oh
That is
yeah.
one thing that I really do appreciate about how the devs like wrote Meg as well though, because she is extremely relatable. Like she
Yes.
is so easy to
Yeah.
relate to and see yourself with, and
Mhm.
and sh- and it actually surprises me how like underrated she is in the fandom. Like people
Really?
always gravitate towards
Yeah.
like Fung, Nia, like characters like that, but and Meg is honestly really slept on for how well written she is
Yeah,
and
I
like how
think you're
good
Yeah.
her
right.
lore is.
Yeah, especially when everyone just dumbs her down to Meghead.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's Claudette and Dwight's out there too for the Meghead.
I mean, I like Dia and I like Fang, but just you can't sleep on Meg. She's pretty cool. Give her
Oh
a
yeah.
chance.
Yeah, I think that's just so incredible. Like even going out of Macmillan just for a moment, like how relatable all the characters can be. Like I feel
Oh
like
yeah.
anybody can look at one of the characters and be like, this person is, just really relatable to them, and they can see themselves in the
Mhm.
character, and they have so much diversity. I think it's just so cool.
Mhm.
And but as Turkey said, Meg especially, I feel just she has so many things that people can relate to, even just in her lore and how she looks and how she acts, kind of.
Yeah,
She
exactly.
is
It's really
the
cool.
girl. She is the girl.
The
The
girl.
girl. The girl, of course.
Kind of similar to the question I just asked, but we talked about there being other ships. But I've always thought to myself, what makes Magmelon different from other ships? And I guess you could just dumb that down to, well, they're both stubborn, but like, what really stands out about Magmelon to you against the other ships? Because I know each of us probably has our own ships. Other ships, I mean.
Yeah.
That's a
um,
good question.
yeah, if you want a minute to think about it, I can probably say, like I said, Macmillan stood out to me when I was looking at the fan art, and I think a lot of it, especially in the fan art, is just like their contrast. I don't know, something about it. It's just this.
Yes,
It sounds
yes.
so funny. Huge
Mhm.
man.
Yeah,
Just
that's
absolutely
exactly what I
unit of
meant
a man.
by like they're complementing opposites.
Yeah,
There's just like
yeah,
this like pull, and it's
yeah,
kind of hard to
Hmm.
describe, but I'm sure
yeah.
you guys know what I mean.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
like the large character with mostly monotone colors in his color palette versus this much smaller character and a lot of contrasting colors and her red hair and her bright pink shirt and all their bright colored cosmetics and just something about it. I think that's why I was really drawn to the fan art because they turned the trapper, who's supposed to be, scary, into some really soft guy, and every time he looks at Meg in the fan art, it's just like Meg in the fan art turns him soft, which I just really like. I've always liked that.
Yeah. That like he's kind of dark and scary with everyone else except for her.
Yes.
And I love that.
Exactly. Exactly. It's very, very much of a giveaway how he feels differently about her.
Oh yeah. And like the fan art and stuff I love where like he's just standing behind her, like brooding, like her little not little, but her big guard dog, and she's just doing whatever she's doing. And then as soon as she like turns to him, yeah, he'll just get this big like smile on his face. I'm like, oh, my heart.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh my god. I love them.
Same.
God, really need to draw them more. I'm so slow in drawing though. It takes me like 12
Mood.
years to draw one thing.
I can't draw at all. So like you two with your art, I am just always in awe.
No,
I would draw Macmillan more if Meg's hair didn't make me go insane. Oh my god, drawing Meg's hair.
I'm
I'm about
still
to start putting hats on her.
I'm still learning how to draw her hair, honestly. I'm so bad.
Solution.
I'm still not great, but it's a
I've been
process.
doing it for 4 years and I still can't do it.
Oh yeah, I feel like it would take a while if you had to go through every single detail.
Oh yeah.
Which is kind of funny because that kind of segues a little bit. But instead of challenges, I wrote down challenges of writing down Macmillan, but that could also be challenges of drawing Macmillan. Since we got a couple artists here, but I don't want to discriminate on Hannah, so we'll go
No, go
writing
for
and art. We start going off on art, and Hannah's just sitting
challenging.
there politely. All right,
Having a great
yeah,
time.
we'll start with art writing though, not art writing, because we all do that.
I don't discriminate, but we'll start off with art.
Challenges of
Challenges.
writing Megmillan. Or I guess you could do the fun things about writing Macmillan, which I think is the next thing. Yeah, challenges and benefits of writing Macmillan. I can start because, like we said, the stubbornness is always so fun. Just the interactions, obviously. That's the fun part. Coming up with
Yes.
these interactions and thinking of how the relationship grows, That is the most entertaining part, the most fun part to write. And but we're speaking of challenges, though. For me, I wouldn't say it's really challenging, but it's something that you definitely have to put a lot of thought into. At least for me, because I'm kind of a stickler for details like that. But being character accurate and kind of lore accurate. I mean, I'm not trying to be lore accurate, man. Who's trying to be lore accurate? But I'm kind of a nitpick about that. Not on other people's writing. I don't care about other
Yeah.
people's writing. You can
Yeah.
make it so that literally, like, I don't know, something crazy, like, I don't know, what's a crazy thing that people change when they write about the game? I don't know. Like people just randomly when people
Anything
eat food
almost.
in the trials or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Like that's something I don't care about. But then in my own writing, I'm like, these characters have to breathe a certain amount of times per trial, or else I am going to explode. But yeah,
Oh yeah.
I always just try to get them as character accurate as possible, and I get a few compliments on that before, I think, and that just really makes me happy because like I want you to be able in my writing to tell that I'm writing about this character. Like if you didn't have his name there, Evan's name in every single paragraph, who am I writing about? That's what I really try to go for, and I know that like we all do it really good, so I'm not just praising myself, but like it's so easy to get this
Yeah, no, I
character right.
agree.
Like it's hard, but at the same time it's so easy because this character is this is great, man. It's great. Now my words are so good. But yeah, I'd really try hard to just make it feel natural in a way. Like you can really imagine these characters are having these conversations and having these relationships. Like everyone's
Oh
gonna have
yeah.
their own interpretations, but I want to at least be kind of a general interpretation that other people can agree with at some point, or at least see. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah,
like
and then
See,
it's hard, you know. Oh,
yeah, no,
no, sorry, you can go ahead.
you go.
oh gosh. um, just like piggybacking off of that because it's hard, you know, like once you even have like you get the voice of the character, but
Yeah,
then maintaining that in
yeah,
other situations that they maybe would never be in the realm or like in trials, and then trying like carrying that over and making sure like okay they're still like this even though things have changed and evolved into other things.
yeah,
So
exactly. Oh my guys, I've written Evan for about like what? How old is? I can't remember, like 6 months maybe. I don't know. But I've been writing the chapter for so long, and yet I still can't picture his voice in my head. I know he has a very proper voice. I'm not British or anything, but I know
Oh,
he speaks like, you know,
yeah.
kind of
This
stuck
what I
upish almost.
this
But I still can't
everybody
imagine
hates
his
it.
voice in my head.
Like everybody hates it. Like I haven't met a single person who likes it. But Trapper's new grunt when he picks up a trap, whenever he has all of his traps filled, that has such a clear like picture of his voice in my head because
Oh
of that.
really?
Like
Oh
everybody
man.
hates
I'm
it,
right
but I
there.
love it.
I love it so much.
I do love it too. I'm so bad. I can't picture it that though. I probably just because the same sound effects are so similar to like Myers stun effect, and
Yeah,
I
true.
just picture that being so comical in my head. That's not accurate at all. It's just
I remember when that like it was on the PTV I think, and the very first thing like I woke up and Turkey was like, Anna, look, this is Breath of Life. Oh what? Just like the voice. It definitely I always picture him to have this just really deep
Oh
voice, and
yeah,
so like the grunts even I was like yes,
kind of a gruff.
yes.
No, yeah,
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. And when it comes to Meg, I don't know. You can kind of picture it better because this Riley's grunts of pain are a little bit more consistent, and I think Meg has like a kind of oh, I'm not really bad at describing voices. I think she has a really like I don't know, aggressive voice. I don't that's probably not a good descriptive word, but like she sounds really sure of everything that she says, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like super confident.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm so bad at describing voices, honestly. But
And I always think, like, especially, you know, in writing, I think she chooses her words really carefully too. Like, she knows
uh
what she's saying and she doesn't talk just to talk. You know, like, she is, like Turkey said, like, very confident. And I think her
yeah.
voice kind of reflects that a little bit.
Yeah, that's good.
Very assured of
That's
herself.
good. Oh my god. No, I agree with that totally, but I think I might have anxiety because I make her really anxious in the Make her doubt herself
I
all the
also have
time.
done that too.
Like, oh, do I
I get it.
secretly have anxiety or something? Because I'm rating her pretty anxious.
I mean, in situations that she's been in, I think,
Yeah,
a
I
little
think
anxiety is
she's allowed to be
understandable.
a little anxious.
Well, yeah, if you put her in this brand new situation, something like Breath of Life, or there's a reason, yeah, I'm sure she's
Like-
kind of doubting herself.
Like all of like the major conflicts in Breath of Life. I think she's probably a little anxious.
She can have a little anxiety as
Just a little bit.
Yeah, she can be a little anxious in the face of death, yeah.
It's fine. She's chilling.
Especially anxious when there's a big trapper man trying to woo her. I think I'd be pretty anxious too.
I know. I'll be like writing some of those scenes, and then I will get anxious myself because I'm trying to like put myself in her situation. I'll like need to take a break because I'll be like, oh my god, I'm feeling so anxious, and then I'm like, how is she not feeling anxious? Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Especially
yeah.
the scene like when the hotel scene when they finally like share the bed for the first time.
Oh,
I literally
yeah.
took like 7
Oh
breaks.
my god.
while
Well,
writing that
I
one
was
scene, so,
reading
like,
that. I was like
can't-
sweating.
Me too.
I was like shaking. I'm like, oh my god.
Like every
I'm glad it
3
came-
sentences, I had to put my phone down and just process what I was reading.
Oh yeah, rereading
I
the
was like, there's
sentences.
no way.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
it's slightly off topic, but since you guys were here, I did want to ask you your opinion on something. And
Yeah.
Flighty, this might be a bit before your time, but what did you guys think about like Evan's new lore coming out and us finding out that he was from the 70s?
I think I blocked it out of my memory.
Yeah, because
Wait.
back in the day,
Totally.
everybody for years was so sure that he was from the late 1800s. Like that was like the common consensus. Everybody thought, some people thought he was British, but everybody thought that he was from the late 1800s. And it comes out and he's from the 70s?
What?
No.
When did they say that?
Whenever
before
when they
my time.
reworked the Macmillan estate at the top of Ironworks, I believe there's a calendar on the wall that says 1970.
Bro, no, that's not canon. That's not canon.
I'm sorry, but it's canon.
Oh
I
my
refuse to
god.
believe it.
Well, I'm
Evan
gonna have to
Macmillan is
rewrite my
groovy.
entire fanfic. That's it. I'm rewriting it all. No, that's
Not
the
like
canon I'm breaking.
murder.
Sorry, he was born in the between 1910 1930s. I'm sorry. Not sorry. I'm that's my new canon. I did not know that. I'm probably just a dum though.
Dude, when it came out,
I knew
blew
that
my mind. I
calendar
was
was
like,
there.
"What?"
So like, I don't know.
I was so like, I'm like, no, it's not real.
Just
it's
no.
false. But like, just no.
If I close
I
my
didn't-
eyes, then it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. Exactly. It's my own world. It's fine. But I like did so much research on the late 1800s
Same,
just
dude.
for
Oh
Breath
my
of Life
God.
to like try to make sure like even his clothes were accurate and all this stuff was accurate. And then like 2 months later after I posted the first couple chapters, it's like, oh, he's actually from the 70s. I was like, what? No. I did not do all that research for nothing.
Yeah, no, I
Oh
don't.
my gosh.
That is not the truth. Yeah, sorry. I always thought at first I thought he was in the 1800s too, but then I was like, okay, I actually need to do research if I want to write this fanfic. So I can't remember exactly what I based it off, but I was just doing a bunch of like research, like when things were invented and stuff. Probably not accurate, but you know, have I
Yeah,
ever done
same,
research
dude.
for a fanfic this extensive? Or no, and so I came up with the idea that he was born sometime around 1910, 1920, and then he was taken like the 1930s. That's what I came up with, and it's definitely far off, and apparently, but it's like,
Well, closer than we were.
Yeah. It's true.
oh yeah, but it's our canon. It's our canon. Don't worry about it. Shh.
Now I'm just picturing Evan in like bell-bottom jeans.
Oh my god.
No.
Like an afro, like
I
before he was bald. Oh,
Oh,
my god.
I just can't believe that he's lived in the same time as Wraith. That just seems kind of crazy to me.
And Halloween.
Halloween.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Mm-mm.
Oh my god.
Nope.
Maybe Evan and Michael Myers were buddies.
Ooh.
Well, I
I'm
know
sensing new
there's
fanfiction coming up.
I know there's a chapter in Shape.
Oh yeah,
ship.
that's pretty popular. I've seen that
Yeah,
around.
yeah, I've seen that as well. There's a lot of ships, man. Not going too off topic with talking about all the other
So
ships. but
many.
there are a lot.
There are a lot of really good ones too.
Now, speaking back to what you said earlier, I'm going more off topic, but it doesn't really matter. We're just here to talk, right? Doesn't need to be a topic other
Just
than
here to
Macmillan
chill. Yeah.
or shipping in general. But when I mentioned that the last fandom I was in was really hateful toward ships, it's really glad that the DVD community, even they might not be accepting of ships, they don't really spend their energy hating on it, which was what my last fandom did. The DVD community is too busy hating on the game to hate on the people who
Yeah,
are
not
shipped.
anymore. They don't.
They used to.
Not anymore. They don't.
They
Like
used
early,
to.
like 2018, 2019, Tumblr for shipping was pretty gnarly.
Oh wow.
I don't. Oh God, Hannah, I don't know if you remember this, but there used to be this person who was like so convinced that the trapper was Meg's father. Do you remember that?
What?
Yes,
No.
they had like whole accounts and pages like for theories about Meg is the trapper's father, and that everybody who was shipping Macmillan was shipping incest. And they would
Oh.
they would actually like go send like a shit ton of hate and me like hate pages and stuff.
Oh
It was
my god.
crazy.
I mean, he was born in the 70s.
God, no, shut up. He's not
Oh no.
born in the 70s. I refuse to believe it.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Yeah, I've
the
done
like,
seen.
yeah, mostly like the big gripe that most people had with Macmillan was the age difference.
Really? Out of everything.
Yeah.
Not that she,
I mean,
not that we're
well,
shipping her with her killer. No, it's the age
yeah.
difference, I guess. So.
Well, some people used to be like, if you ship Killer and Survivor, you're toxic and
Yeah,
you ship
yeah.
abusive ships. But
Yeah,
most people aren't like that anymore. Now it's fun to ship it because everybody's like, yeah, this is good. But yeah, back then mostly it was the age difference. I think this was before the devs confirmed that every survivor was 21 plus.
yeah.
So some people thought that Meg was like 17
Yeah, I
and like
remember that.
18.
I remember seeing that. Someone was like, "Oh, but Meg's a minor." It's like, no, she's not.
No, she's
It literally
not.
mentioned
was
that
in
she
college.
Yeah, that she was going to college and she graduated, which means she graduated, so she's definitely not 17. Or
Yeah.
like the same people
Oh.
who are like, guys, don't write ships about Susie. She's 16. I'm like, when did they ever say she was 16?
I think it's because of her sophomore cosmetic.
Yeah, that's what I think it is. And people really
But it did
seem to
say
like
it was
that
found in
one,
the
but-
Lost and Found, so it could also not be hers.
Yeah.
I still have stuff from high school that I wear too.
Who doesn't,
My high school,
honestly?
dude. Like, okay.
Yeah, no, I've seen those arguments in many other fandoms before, and they always just confuse me because a lot of them are not that, sensical. I mean, those ones are sensical, I guess. No, who cares? But oh my god, at least it's not like my other fandom or the age difference, and they were only like 6 years apart.
And it's interesting with Dead by Daylight because a lot of their ages, or like most of the ages, I'm pretty sure like aren't even confirmed. But
Yeah,
then people are like,
it's
oh,
like
the age difference, and
yeah,
it's
it's like intentionally left
Yeah.
up to interpretation, I believe.
A lot of people think
Yeah.
Trapper's like this old man, but we don't actually know like exactly how old he is.
I actually do have an answer for this.
You do?
I
The
yeah,
answer?
I think it was my birthday, and I asked Dave Richard, the lore guy, like 50 questions. He answered about 20 of them. But I asked him how old the Wraith, the Trapper, and the Hillbilly were as a range, and he said all three of them are between 30 and 50.
Okay.
He didn't give me an exact number, but he said all of them were between 30 to 50.
Well, he's not. At least it's not like 60, like some people think he is.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's so funny. I'm so glad you're here just answering all our lore questions.
Yeah, the lore
Dude,
expert right
before the
here.
archives, I was like scurrying around all the forums and Reddit and Twitter for like scraps of lore, like a rat looking for cheese. Begging
Wait,
Dave Richard on Twitter for a lore stream every day.
Oh my god.
And can we talk about the fact that you finally got the answer to what the Trapper's
Yes,
favorite
finally
sandwich
my
is?
journey is complete.
I saw that. Yeah.
Oh my god. I knew Dave wasn't going to answer me. I knew he wasn't going to do it, but I knew that Matthew had me.
So funny. What did
Like
he
maybe
say? He was like grilled
sausage
cheese or something.
Yeah, he said it was a
Grilled
grilled
cheese
cheese with sausage on it.
With sausage on it.
Yeah, with sausage.
That's so
It's
funny.
just weird enough where I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, that seems
Yeah.
right. That seems right.
yeah.
Immediately
Oh
when I
my
saw
God.
that, I like thought of the scenarios of like Meg or whoever, in like the Breath of Life little house being like, okay, well, we're gonna make lunch. Like, what do you guys want? Evan's
Oh
like
my
sitting there,
god,
and he's
yeah.
like, this is what I want, like so matter of factly, and they're just like staring. I'm like, what?
What?
Oh my god.
Out of anything you ask for that
Okay, I want a grilled cheese with sausage. Huh?
with sausage. You're like,
We
okay,
have,
we
we have
had
all
you the
this
first
fresh
part.
food, all this produce, these nice things. You want a grilled cheese?
He's like a little 6-year-old. Like, what do you want, honey? We got a full fridge of groceries. I want a grilled cheese. You could have like a pork chop or like freaking fancy ass salad, and you want a grilled cheese? I want a grilled cheese. I
With
immediately pictured
sausage.
this scenario though, like a Modern Family scenario where his favorite food is this grilled cheese. Oh yeah.
You see him in every scene, like with a grilled cheese sitting
Yeah,
beside him.
yeah, just walk around the grilled cheese. Meg, I love you, and he's just eating his grilled cheese.
They're like
that's his
in
main
bed
character
ready to
trait.
like sleep, and then he just has grilled cheese like in between them.
Meg's just like, if you get crumbs in this.
I'm not washing the sheets, man.
He's always like, I won't get crumbs. I won't do it. I won't do it. There's like one crumb that falls, and she's like, that's it.
That's it.
I am sorry.
I don't blame her though. Crumbs in the bed is awful.
Oh, it's the worst.
Oh my god, this is so great. Alright. Go back to the questions. Unless you have
yeah.
something else to say about Trapper and his grilled cheeses.
Well,
No, I
he can't.
think
He
it's-
canonically doesn't like yogurt. There's
Really?
that too. Yeah.
Is that another one of your questions? What foods doesn't Trapper like?
That's that was the first question I asked that Dave answered, and then I got greedy. So I asked Dave. Naturally, I asked Dave Richard unprompted on Twitter, what is Evan's favorite flavor of yogurt, and his response was, he doesn't. Well, he said, yogurt, no, and then he said he does not deserve yogurt, and obviously, I just took that and ran with it. So I drew these like pictures of. I drew this one picture of the entity like surrounding Evan with like little yogurts, and he's just saying today's torture.
No.
Oh
Oh,
my
that's so
gosh.
funny.
Oh,
Oh.
it never
I
gets
love
old.
that.
I like to imagine sometimes that when you asking these questions, he's just coming up with them on the spot. He's like, yeah.
He's like,
yogurt. He does like yogurt. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Little does he know it's gonna like permanently become
Yeah.
actual lore.
Yeah.
Little did he know that I was going to remember it vividly for 3 years.
Yeah. Just make a
From
major important character detail.
Yeah.
He's like just joking, and then you're like, nope, this is part of the Trapper. This is who he is, and you cannot argue with me against this.
I'm editing the Wikipedia page as we speak.
Yeah, and the little trivia part at the bottom doesn't like yogurt, likes grilled cheese
With sausage, important distinction.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay, speaking of funny tiny little character details, what are some of your Macmillan headcanons? Because I know a lot of the fandom has just accepted headcanons as being canon at this point. But what are some of your Macmillan headcanons? They can be as obscure as you want them to be, or like as crazy as you want them to be. But I just want to hear them, because honestly, I think they're all valid. Give me some.
Ooh.
You guys can go first. I need a second to think.
No. I need to say, do you have any flighty that you want to share?
Oh my
immediately?
god. And I'm trying to think, because it's so hard to make the distinction sometimes. I forget what's headcanon and what's actually true. Like
Yeah,
what's
it gets twisted.
yeah, what's actually part of the character and what I just came up with myself. But I think one that I recently came up with, which I really like, is that he really likes to work hard, which means he doesn't really like sleeping, because he always feels like he could be doing something. So whenever he's needs sleep, he feels like he's wasting time. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I feel like that all the time, but I feel like he's
I can definitely see that.
he's the
Yeah.
kind of person that doesn't really like to sleep.
Yeah, he's a get up and go person.
Yeah. A little bit like Meg. She's very much a person to wake up at like 6 in the morning and go for a run and then work for the rest of the day. But I think Meg likes her sleep because at the end of the day she's exhausted. But Evan doesn't like sleep. He's exhausted at the end of the day and he's like, oh, gotta sleep. Why can't I get my energy back? He's the type of person to just down a whole bunch of coffee and just not sleep.
Oh yeah, he's got a pot of coffee on the counter 24/7.
Yes. Exactly.
He's kind of like the person that just nods, kind of takes like the 5-minute like cat naps, like in a chair, just
Oh,
sitting
yeah,
up
like-
straight, and then he's okay, ready to go.
like fathers or older men, they'll be in there like, are you
Yeah.
sleeping? He'll be like snoring. You're like, are you sleeping? No,
Like,
I'm
no.
awake. He just opens his eyes. No, wake.
Or
It's
like they're snoring in their sleep, you change the channel on the TV, and they're like, hey,
Yeah, exactly.
Hey.
I was literally just thinking about that.
Change it back.
Hey, I was watching.
That's so good. No, I can totally see that. Oh my god. Such a cutie. But yeah, like I said, the Magmelon, I mean not Magmelon, but the Meg one, the Meg one where she wakes up super early. I saw this in like a little comic piece. I think it was Meg and Nia, and the art piece was showing like Meg wakes up super early and gets ready for the day, like gets it, like washes her face, changes to new clothes, and then Nia wakes up at like noon and just throws on some clothes and that's it. Doesn't even brush her hair.
Oh yeah.
So I like definitely Meg's the type of person to wake up
Yeah.
early and get things going immediately. Just go for a run in the
I could see
morning.
her. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I could see her like having kind of the schedule of like an elderly woman, where it's like, eat dinner at like 4 or 5,
Oh yeah,
go
she's
to
in
bed by 6
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
she's in bed.
every night. And then she gets cranky if it like pushes it, but then she's surrounded by people, like Nia and all these others that like to like stay up and party. But she's like, no, it's
Oh
past my
yeah,
bedtime.
yeah. She's the type of person to go to bed at 9 and then get pissed that other people are still up. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm like that, so.
Maybe
Stop
she'd come in and
partying.
everybody would be like super tired at 12, and she'd make these little side comments like, "If you'd gone to bed earlier."
Yes. Well, if you hadn't
And
stayed
she's
up.
halfway done her day.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's already starting to like wind down.
They literally just woke up and she's like already done her day. She's like, well, told you guys not to stay up. Told you. Oh my god.
I feel like she would definitely be kind of like passive aggressive, It's like, well, I told you, and just make the little comments instead of right
Told you
scolding them.
so.
She'll just be like, and they'll like a hair tuck behind her ear, like, okay, guys, well, it's not my fault. I was in bed.
It certainly wasn't me keeping you up.
She's also the type of person like, I'm not cleaning up your mess. You can do it. That's
Yeah.
not my mess. I was asleep. guys. That's your mess.
Like if she ever were to share a room with someone, like her side of the room will be perfect, but she will
Yes.
not clean the other side out of spite. Like, that's not
I just
my
imagine
mess.
her sharing a room with Nia, and Nia's is like absolutely trash, clothes everywhere. She doesn't even make her side of the bed, and then Meg's just she makes one half of the bed, and her room is spotless. Nia's like,
Yeah,
why
like,
don't you
imagine,
just clean the room while you're at it? And she's like, nope, it's your room, your side.
Like imagine Nia has like she eats something and she like just throws a wrapper on the ground, and it crosses that little imaginary line that Meg has in her head. So she just comes over, and instead of picking up, she just kind of kicks it to Nia's side.
Yes. Oh my god. For some reason, Meg and Nia, I've always imagined, has an amazing relationship. Probably because I read Breath of Life, and Hannah did a great job at writing Nia and Meg's relationship. And I just think they'd be like best friends.
Oh yeah, they have a really great dynamic.
Yeah. Yeah, I love writing them together. I think they're so funny. They're
Totally
two little
agree.
brats. Stubborn as hell. Opinionated.
So stubborn. Again, stubborn, opinionated. Yep.
Yeah.
And like almost have to be the voice of reason for each other sometimes, but they still don't want to listen sometimes.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they can also rile each other up and be like,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
this is a good thing. This is great. And get fun at them. And they're like, guys, no.
They're like really excited over something, and Evan's just standing behind them with his arms crossed, like, guys, can we go?
Like,
Can we go now?
Can we not? Yeah.
Can we move on? And they're like, no. They both yell, turn around at once, and snap at him. No.
And then he just stands there like scowling. Like, he's not gonna fight it. He's not gonna argue with it.
Oh,
He's like,
somewhat
"Ah,
grumpy.
fine."
I can imagine Meg. Someone being grumpy.
Oh my God.
The baby talking him. Someone grumpy.
And I love like the thought of Nia, like how in Breath of Life, like Nia just teases Evan so much. We're like, it's like kind of like a sibling rivalry.
Yeah,
almost.
exactly.
It's so good. I love it.
Like when
she's just like, hey, you suck.
Yeah. It's like when someone like a sibling teases their the person their sibling's dating, just like absolutely obliterates him. Just cruel. Try to see if he's good enough.
If they handle it, then yes, they're good enough. But they'll always like be suspicious, and they will always test the waters, like in the boundaries. Be like, still like you still need to prove yourself that you're good enough.
Yeah, you'll never be good enough for her. You never will. Oh yeah, I love that. Oh yes. I like how I said Macmillan headcans, but we're literally headcanning everyone else.
Everyone except for them.
Let's see.
Oh
Let's see if I
gosh.
can think of one.
A lot of them I put in the story, so I don't have a lot outside of it. Or I'll
Yeah.
like headcanon Breath of Life other than just them.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Exactly. Um.
One of my favorite characterizations for Meg and Evan is how, like, obviously they're both like extremely, like, really smart people. They're very
Mhm.
competent, like
Yeah.
they know what they're doing,
Mhm.
but they are the most like emotionally stupid people you will ever meet.
Mhm.
Like they'll be like, ah, yes, this problem that you have, this is the solution. Here's how you can fix it. Here's this, and then they look at each other like, no, no, this doesn't apply. This is this is separate.
It
Breath
was
of
like the
Life
same
who?
exact issue, but they're like,
Friendship, cuddles, kiss, friendship. He just said that he was in love with me. Man, that's a really good friend.
in love with me with boundaries as friends.
With boundaries.
Yeah, Evan's like, Meg, I love you. And Meg's like, wow, he's a really good friend.
Oh, I love you too, bestie.
Yeah, literally. That
As
is
they're
so
like
true.
literally getting married, and it's like, wow, this is a really
Oh.
cool way to show our friendship.
That
Evan's literal vows are, do you have a crush on
that brings me back to a Tumblr post I made quite a while ago. We can keep talking. You guys keep talking because I try to find it, but it was something really similar to that. Oh my god.
Like that
Oh
Parks
god.
and Rec quote where it's like, oh my god, you had a crush on me? It's like, babe, we're literally married. Like, oh,
Yeah, I made that. That was I did. Yeah, I made an SFM animation to that with Macmillan.
oh my god.
I did. Hang on. Let me find
Go
it.
look for it. Yeah, no, like I need to go look for it.
Oh, it might be private. Let me
Oh my
see.
god. Okay, I found it.
Oh.
Yes, here it is.
Okay.
Which I realize isn't great for only audio, but there you go.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'll definitely watch that after. Oh my god. I didn't know that you did SFM. That's super cool.
Yeah, not often, but yeah, I did. I set aside everything and learned SFM just solely to make this.
Oh my god, that's always something I want to learn, but I know that like it'd be another skill that I'd commit way too much time into, and I'm already balancing on so much stuff, so it's like, where do I have time to learn that?
Yeah, fair enough.
I found the Tumblr post though 9 months ago. Okay, wow, that is a bit longer than I thought. Um, Meg is like, "Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Meg, and this is Evan, my partner." And Evan's like, "Coworker, roommate, acquaintance, assistant, companion, ally, colleague, accomplice. More like an associate. My pal. You mean your husband, right? Oh yeah, I forgot."
Oh my god,
That is perfect.
that is incredible.
It's kind of a stupid one, but I think that is exactly. I mean, Breath of Life perfectly is everything about that. I thought it was so funny how they're just completely acting like they're in a relationship, and then they're like, he just likes me. He just likes me as a friend, right?
We're just friends. We're just friends, guys.
No, you don't get it.
God.
Our wedding was ironic.
Yeah, it was a joke, right?
It was just a
serious?
prank.
Just a prank. Oh yeah, that's definitely them. Definitely.
Yeah. For Breath of Fire, I didn't mean for it to go like 200,000 words until they finally like admit their feelings. Because I was like, okay, it's gonna be a slow burn. But the more I wrote them, I was like, shoot.
Yeah, dude,
They
aren't
are
you like, yeah, you had to get like 600 pages into it before it even. That is the longest slow burn I have ever seen.
Oh my god.
And even following it like from the beginning of the story to now, like not only is it like a super long like read, but years. Like of all the chapters coming out eventually as you wrote them, just the longest slow burn I've ever experienced in my life, but definitely worth the wait.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I'm
It's so
glad.
good.
When I
Oh,
wrote them,
yeah.
I was like, they are so stubborn. I'm like, it won't feel authentic to them. Even just in general, because I'm like, yeah, they're not going to admit they like each other ever. I just didn't want it to like happened prematurely, but I'm like, oh my god, we're nearing 200,000 words. What the heck?
Prematurely.
Oh my god, I'm so stubborn writing like that too. I think I'm on chapter 13 was just posted, and I'm on chapter 14. Can't remember exactly how many words. I think I just reached over 100,000 words, and it's a really slow burn. I didn't mean it to be this slow, but like
Yeah, it just happened.
yeah,
It's them.
yeah. I don't want them to admit that they love each other already, because there's so much stuff you can do with a slow burn. There's so much awkwardness and so much feelings you can create, and like everyone in my comments is like, just get them to kiss already, and I'm like, no,
Kiss already.
just kiss, let them kiss, make them kiss. No, I refuse. They need to suffer first.
What's the name of your fic, by the way?
There is a reason. I've been working on it
There's a reason.
I can't remember when I posted it.
I'm wondering if I've read it.
It's very likely.
I probably have. Let me look at it.
Yeah,
It's really good so
do.
far. I
Yeah.
started reading it a couple days ago, or I guess like last week, because I thought in my head, I was like, oh no, I've read it, because I like talk with Flighty so much. So I'm like, oh no, I know I've read it. And then I realized, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a very
I
new
haven't
one.
read it yet.
It really
And
is.
so it's really good so far. I'm into it.
I'm glad. I just hope it doesn't get like too much slow burn. Like it feels like it's leading away from Megmillan. But like, how do you forward a story with just writing about Meg and Evan?
It's hard.
Yeah, because I still like the other relationships with the other characters. That's important too. Even though I'm just like,
Yeah, of
just get
course.
forward with the Macmillan.
Oh, you know what? I literally looked at this fan fiction like a week ago. I was looking up Macmillan fanfics and I found it. I haven't read it yet, but I've had it open in another tab for like 6 months.
Well, I definitely recommend it. If
I definitely need to
brush
read
off my
this.
shoulder, I definitely recommend it.
I second that.
Yeah, I really want to write like more like one shots and like shorter ones, and I did have a longer one that I was working on the side, but then I stopped it because I wanted to do more research because I was writing in the supposedly what I thought would be the 1930s, but I guess now I'm gonna have to research the 1970s. I'm just kidding. I'm not changing it. It's just gonna be in the 1930s.
That's the thing. It is hard to be brief whenever you're talking about Macmillan.
I know, obviously, because we're going this for like an hour now, and I don't think we're even close to stopping.
No.
But yeah, we are all writers, and we read our fanfics. Anyone listening, read our fanfics.
Read them, please.
Can you guys believe there's 84 fanfictions now?
No, I thought that was kind of
No.
crazy.
Like, that's insane. Like, for so many years, there were like 13. And now
Yeah.
there's 84? Oh, from like a bunch of different people. It's not all like 3 people. That's insane.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very
Yeah,
small
when-
number compared to my past fandoms, but like just seeing like because this community is so much more small knit, and it feels like everything is just so much better. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly, yeah.
because there's so little
Mhm.
of it, every single fic just seems better in a way.
Yeah, I'd hate to see like what happens, like I would hate to see what happened to Jayers happen to Macmillan. Where it gets like
Ooh,
super mega popular and everybody's got like a strong opinion on it. I
Oh,
like our
yeah.
little bubble.
Oh yeah. You know what?
And I
What's
love that
sad?
like everyone.
Sorry.
Oh.
You can go.
Oh.
I was
Okay.
gonna go off
I was gonna
topic
love that-
anyway, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just kind of like, what Turkey said. Like, everyone is so supportive too that even if you were to put out just a crack fic of Meg and Evan doing something completely ridiculous and silly, people would be like, "Yeah, that's
Right?
amazing."
Evan and Meg go to Target 50K.
So I'm gonna write that.
Okay, one shot.
Everybody in the comments are like, yeah, let's go.
And it's so amazing how supportive everyone is of like Megmillan. And I was really worried to start writing Breath of Life, especially, and like start getting negative comments or negative feedback or anything like that. Or, well, criticism I can understand, but people being like, "Wow, like why would you do this? This sucks. This isn't right this way," you know. And everyone's just been so supportive
I know.
and so amazing,
Yeah.
and even interacting with people on Twitter and like you guys, and it's just.
I know.
Everyone in the Megmillan little fandom is so welcoming and so nice.
I know.
really are.
Oh, yes. So glad I
That's
found
the
this
thing.
community.
That's the thing also about posting content for ships that aren't like you know, completely healthy, squeaky clean, things like that. It's like
Mhm.
it's nerve-wracking.
Mhm. Oh yeah, definitely. I have lots of experience with that.
Yeah.
Oh my
But
goodness,
in my
yeah.
experience, those are like the most interesting.
Yeah, they really are because they have so many things to discover. It's not just your basic vanilla relationship where I love you because we knew each other
Yeah.
as friends. There's so much more to discover as they
Yeah,
become
exactly.
allies and friends and lovers. Like there's layers, man. There's
There's a lot
layers.
of really great like Survivor X Survivor like ships out there that I really do like,
Mhm.
but they just don't have like that spice. Do you know do
Oh
you know what I
yeah, I
mean?
I know what you mean.
Like, like obviously Kingfield's like incredibly popular, adorable ship.
Mhm.
It's a little boring though. Like it
Mm-hmm.
needs that like that little zest of
Yes.
angst.
Yeah.
At least for me personally, like what I'm looking for in ships. I need that little bit of
Mm-hmm.
spice, you know what I
Oh
mean?
yes, yes. That's why my favorite ships are killer and survivor ships. Like I like
Oh
a
yeah,
few
same.
survivor ships, but all the killer survivor ones, those ones are good.
Mhm. That's the
Mm-hmm.
good soup.
Yeah, exactly. That's the good stuff, man. Oh yes. Yeah, I'm so glad I got into this community. I think might be one of the best communities I've been in. Like you guys are so awesome, and I feel like there's not too many Megmillan shippers because unless I'm just missing them all, probably am. But the ones that I do know and do follow me and do leave nice comments in my fics they're just so great, man. They're just all of them.
I
Just
think
awesome.
I think now like today there's more Macmillan shippers than there's ever been,
Probably.
but I feel like they're just spread out like on
Yeah.
a bunch of different platforms. So like
Yeah.
like back in
Yeah.
the day everybody was on Tumblr. And
Yeah.
now like people are on Twitter, people are on Tumblr, Pinterest, AO3.
Yes.
There's a lot of them. They're just, kind of spread out.
Mhm. Exactly.
But everybody's so sweet.
Yeah. If I spread out to more apps, maybe I'd find them, but can find it like
That's so
two.
much work, though.
Yeah, it really is, man.
And the Korean and the Japanese like art
Oh yeah.
community on Twitter and stuff, they
Mhm.
make
Oh.
incredible fan art, but it's so hard
Yeah.
to find it because it's not in English.
Yeah,
Because like I,
exactly.
I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what to look up. Like I know the Korean sign and the Japanese sign for Macmillan. I know what they are. I have them
Mhm.
pasted in a bookmark on Twitter. But they don't always, caption it with that.
Yeah.
So I get a little sad. I feel like I'm missing like some really good art.
Yeah, I know. I guess that's where Pinterest is kind of nice because
Yeah.
everyone just reposts stuff without permission. Oh my god, Pinterest is so bad, but I'm kind of addicted. Oh yeah. But yeah, like the fan art. Oh yeah. I mean, that's what brought me into this fandom because it just kept whispering to me, "Come here, Flighty. Come here. You like the ship." I'm like, "No, I don't want to ship anyone. Come here, Flighty." And I fell victim. It's so beautiful.
I can't just normally enjoy Dead by Daylight
There's
in
no
a normal
there's no such
capacity.
thing as normally enjoying Dead by Daylight.
No such thing as
Fair.
normally
Yes,
joining in anything. Yeah, you have to have some sort of obsession with it. Come
The
on.
second that you hit
exactly.
download, your brain chemistry is altered forever.
Right?
For the moment your life changes.
Oh my god. I haven't played Dead by Daylight in like a month now because my internet's awful and I feel like I've been a totally new person, man. I feel like something's wrong with me. I'm missing something in my life. Just kidding.
So weirdly, so much free time.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I'm like, wow, I actually have a lot of free time. I'm actually getting a lot of stuff done. Who could have
Maybe I'll
thought?
read a book, do the dishes.
Oh, yeah. Still didn't help me get writing done. A writer does
Really?
anything but write.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you really a writer if your fics don't sit unupdated for at least 6 months?
Are you really a writer if you like have to force yourself to write? And then when you do feel like
Impossible.
writing, you literally can't because you're busy.
You sit down and you try to force yourself to write, and you're like, okay, the Meg shirt is red. Oh, that's gold.
That's
Let's keep
really
going.
good. And then it's like a middle of night and you're trying to go to sleep and you're just like, oh my god, I have so many words in my head right now. I
Right?
just
The
want to
You're
worst
like
write.
writing the
part.
most beautiful prose, and then when you sit down, yeah, it's like, oh, nope, nothing. Mine's
Can't do
blank.
it. Sorry. Not today.
The worst part is when it's like 3 in the morning and you're like imagining like a chapter in your head and you're like,
Oh,
oh my god, I
yeah.
have to, this is so good, I have to write it, but then you fall asleep and you wake up and you don't remember it.
All the time. I like fleshed
It's
out a
just
whole
gone.
entire chapter and then it was just all gone the next morning. I'm like, oh, this is so painful.
Even done the thing where like you wake up in the middle of the night and then you like open up your phone and it's like super bright and I'm like, but I gotta type out what I'm thinking, and then you
Yeah.
wake up like the next morning and it's like, Meg, go to store. And she cries. And I'm like,
Meg fave store Target, Evan eat flour. What? Like at 3 a.m.
I'm
it sounds like gold, but you wake up, you're like, what the hell?
This is the best fanfic. Everyone will like it. I'll get like 1 million comments, and then in the morning it's like, what? What does that even mean? Oh, I love that. Anything else we want to say? Because I think there's a really really nice, interesting, thoughtful question coming up next. I'm really proud of it.
I'm up for interesting, thoughtful question.
Okay, you might have to think about it a little bit. So.
No,
that's dangerous.
I'm ready. You're asking us to think.
Yeah. How dare you ask us to use our brains?
Wait, other people think? I thought it was a joke.
Couldn't be me.
Actually, the next two are pretty interesting. What are some misconceptions that you commonly see surrounding your ship? This can all stretch out to other ships or even shipping in general, but like I'm friends with a lot of non-shippers, so I get a lot of misconceptions whenever it accidentally comes out that I'm a shipper. So, do you have any experiences like that, or should I speak while you give your brains time to process?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. A long time ago, I joined this DBD Discord server because this one Twitch streamer messaged me after a game, and he was really nice. So I checked out a stream, and then he was nice. And I joined a Discord, blah blah blah, and I played with him for a while, and then I recently stopped because toxic. Like not even just DBD toxic, just like real life toxic. Anyway,
toxic.
I accidentally linked them to the wrong link, and then one of them found out my Twitter, and they were like, "You're a shipper?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Ew, but you know that." They're like, "Ew, you know that Trapper is a killer, right? That's kind of gross." And I'm like, "Yeah, but that's why
the best part."
Yeah, that's the best part. And they just judged me so bad, and I was just like, "Okay, all right." And I think their misconception was that not that I supported the killer or anything, but that I was weird. You know, like I was that weird little 12-year-old girl who like writes smut on Wattpad and typing away. But no, that's not it at all. And I think they just automatically assumed that I was like, you know, well, like I said, weird.
Yeah.
They automatically saw me in a different way, even though I'm literally the same person I've always been. Just instead of me telling them that I'm a writer, me telling them I'm a fanfiction writer.
And in my experience, fanfiction is some of the best like writing I've ever read in my life. Anyway,
my God,
so
right?
I can't even read books anymore.
Yeah, they just don't have that spice. Like you were talking about earlier.
They
just don't have it.
You're like, what is this crap? And then you go on AO3 and you're like, this is much better.
Finally.
After you read a fic like Breath of Life, and then you go try to read like an average Joe book, you're like, what is this?
Right? I think it's just made special because you're reading about something that, you know beforehand. Like when you pick up a whole new book, you don't know anything about the story of the characters. When you're reading fan fiction, you know everything about the story, you know everything about the characters, and you already love these characters. So it's just like a whole new experience, and it's amazing.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Yeah.
You pick up a fanfic and you already love everybody and you already know what's going on, and now it's just time to get into the meat of the story.
Yeah, that's all fanfic is, but then people automatically hear you're a fanfic writer and they're like, "Oh, you're a smut kid. You just write them having sex." And you're weird. And
when people hear fanfic writer, they still think like One Direction X-Reader Wattpad, like that's what they see in their head in my experience. They don't think about like smut. They don't think about like super like well written, like long, really like well strung together like pieces of fiction that are out there. They don't know they exist, which is a shame. I feel like everybody at some point should get into fan fiction or at least read one.
Yeah, you don't have to read ship fan fiction. There's lots of ship fan fiction out there. Like that just changes the story a little bit. Like I remember when I was in the Star Wars fandom, there was literally like millions of fics just about what happened when Order 66 didn't happen, and they were so good. Like it's kind of similar. Like what happened if the survivors escape? I've seen fics like that, and they're all good, man. Like
there's some really good like general fan fiction out there.
Yeah, like you don't need to be a shipper to read fan fiction. Fan fiction's good.
Like
anyway,
one of the most popular like fanfics in the DBD community of all time is a Jin fic, Oddfellows. Like, I don't know if you guys have read that one.
That,
No, I don't
yes, and it
really.
was so good.
You haven't read
Oh.
Oddfellows?
I don't really read any fanfiction that isn't Megmillan. I'm gonna be
Oh,
honest.
dude, look. Okay, look, I know Megmillan is great, and I know there's a lot of great ships, but you have to read Oddfellows.
Oh.
It
So
is,
good.
if you love angst, which, you know, you're a Megmillan shipper, of course you do, you have to read Oddfellows. It's incredible. The
All right.
ending, but the fic is amazing.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. I certainly will.
And Evan is one of the main characters,
Oh.
and even
Yeah.
like
And
you know
he's
that
British.
author's
And he's
characterization.
British.
Yeah, Evan is so great, and I love it.
He's so British.
Oh my god.
There's this part in like the beginning of it. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's funny because they're talking about like babies for some reason,
Oh
and
my
I just
God,
remember,
yes.
the Emily's like, well, how are babies made? And like asks Evan. Evan's just like, don't.
Don't know.
There's just so many even just like wholesome moments like that where I
That's
just
so
love
cute.
the
It's so
characterization of all of
wholesome.
them. It's so good.
It's basically a found family fic,
Aw,
but
I love those.
it's incredible.
Yeah, I'll go check it out. I love the found family trope. I think it's amazing. I want to write it
I
so
think you'd
much.
like it.
I want to write it so much in my fic.
Also, I haven't met a single person alive who has read that fic and wasn't like emotionally scarred forever over the ending. So keep that in mind to prepare to cry for about a week straight. But other than that,
Okay,
Like I
yeah.
had to call out of work.
Yeah, what was
Like, I
it?
can't come in.
What was it called?
I
Oddfellows?
lost something in me today. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna write it down here. Oh, but that's not. That's not. All right, but did you guys come up with any misconceptions?
oh right, we got a little sidetracked, didn't we?
Yeah, it's fine though.
I just think, especially going off like the fan fiction thing a little bit, where it's people. I like thought about this before, so I'm just say this real quick, and then I'll go back. But fan fiction is so like incredible too compared to other books because it's like we're doing this for free.
Oh,
Mhm.
that
And
too,
there's nothing
yes.
that we're getting out of it, you
Oh,
know.
yeah.
But like published authors, you know, it's kind of like, okay, let's pump out these books just so I can get paid. It's my job,
Mhm.
and so they don't have that kind of like heart into it sometimes. And fan fiction, it's just we're doing it because we're so passionate about
Yeah.
it, and I
It's
think
it's
it's
just
so
like
cool.
pure community.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and
That's the best part.
incredible. And I think that, you know, the common misconception like the fan fiction thing, and even with like Megmillan and, you know, like it being toxic and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like, but it's not. But thankfully, even like some of the people in my like that I know in real life, they have been weirdly accepting of my fan fiction. Like people I work with, like coworkers, it's just come out that I write fan fiction, and they're like, "That's actually so cool. Like, what are you writing about?" And I'm like, "Oh, Dead
You
by
could
Daylight."
you could not pay me to tell coworkers that I write fan fiction. I honor your courage.
Oh my gosh, one time I told a coworker, and then she wanted to read the latest chapter of Breath of Life because I said like, it was when they finally kissed. Oh my gosh, that was the last chapter that came out. And
Was it that
so she
long
just read
ago?
that. I was.
Wait, how
It's been
long has it
almost a
been?
year.
Almost
It's
a
been
year?
almost a
Oh my
year.
gosh.
July 8th was when I last updated, but I have 2 chapters already finished, ready to go.
Wow.
Excuse
Look
me?
at you go.
So,
Hello?
so it's coming. It's gonna be great.
Wow, got us
Like you heard it here
excited.
first. Um, but yeah, she was like doing, and then she wanted to see pictures of Meg and Evan because then I was like, yeah, I had people send me fan art that I have beside my desk. Like I still have all the
Aw.
fan art that like even you've sent me, Turkey. It's like printed out beside my desk. And
That's so
I
cute.
showed her some pictures, and she was just like, "Oh, so is it like Mr. Clean?" And
Mr. Clean!
Yeah, Mr. Clean fanfiction.
I was like, okay.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
Mr. Clean. I'm like, just imagine Evan with an earring is just.
Oh my god.
I want a picture of that so bad. Yeah,
Oh my
it's
god.
been fun, like actually sharing it with people
Yeah.
who have been accepting, and I don't even. Some of them probably like, okay, that's kind of weird. But, oh well, it's funny that I work with like teenagers. Like I'm in charge of teenagers, and some of them I've told I write fan fiction, and they just give me all sorts of grief about it now. It's like they're always so like, that's cool, but also you're kind of weird.
Oh my gosh. Tell
Okay.
me what you really think.
They do not hold back. They are savage.
So that surprises me. I figured that like the younger people would be like growing up on the internet would be super into fandom and things like that.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
guess
there's
not
only a
everyone
couple of
grew
them
up
are
on
like,
fan fiction.
cool. Now they're saying once they leave, they're going to find my fanfiction. I'm like, oh no.
Good luck.
Please no.
Oh my god. No, I've had some of my I can't speak. Internet friends say that like when I moved to fandoms, one of them is like, "Well, I'm going to find your new fandom." I'm like, "Good luck." And he just started listing off a whole bunch of different fandoms and he didn't get one of them right. I'm like, "Nope, nope, nope." And then and then eventually I told him because like kind of a little sucker. And he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go find your fic," and I'm like, "Good luck, buddy, because there's like thousands of them out there."
Yeah, like that took dedication to try to find it.
I think he gave up. I'd be surprised if he was still looking. He actually sent me a couple. He's like, "Is this yours? Is this yours?" Because I told him like it was a shipping one, right? So he just started looking through all the shipping ones. I don't know how, but he actually did manage to find quite a few shipping ones, and one of them I think was Huntress and Jake. And I'm like, wow, you are
Classic.
actually surprisingly close.
Just a few character selections off, but ooh, it's a little close.
Yeah, but internet friends are definitely like obviously the ones in fandoms are a lot more accepting. The ones who write fanfiction are obviously even more accepting. But like the ones who have never experienced fanfiction before are just like kind of like, that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. I think there's a lot of
Yeah.
stigmas around it, but
Yeah, like I said earlier, they all have like that one image of what fanfic is in their head.
yeah, definitely do. So, did you have any misconceptions, Turkey, or do you think we pretty much covered it?
Like for the misconceptions that people have about Macmillan in particular,
Well, yeah, if you got any.
I really like everybody's allowed to have like their characterizations, how they see it
Mhm.
in their head. That's totally fine. Everybody's entitled to that.
Mhm.
But I really don't like when people make Evan like super violent and like inconsiderate and Meg just like small and timid.
No, yeah, I don't think that fits
Yeah.
very well for their characters.
Yeah, obviously Evan's a killer. He's gonna be a little aggressive, of course.
Mhm.
But like just some characterizations of him I just really think are like like a step over the line because Evan's never been like like the clown in terms of being like sadistic.
Yeah.
He's always been written to be like sympathetic to a degree, and
Yeah.
like there's still pieces of humanity left, and there's some misconceptions that I like the biggest one is whenever people make him like an unfeeling like monster.
Yeah. No, definitely
That's
not.
like the big
Yeah.
one I really don't like.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. That's what if you just read the Trapper's lore, you can tell that's not who he is. Like the
Oh yeah, especially
like
after his archive,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
which was
He's
technically a retcon.
yeah.
But a happy one. A retcon that agreed with me. So
Yeah, so that it's okay.
Better than the fact that he's born in the 1970s, apparently.
yeah, apparently we don't. That wasn't a retcon. That was a mistake. We don't talk about that.
Change it.
That's
You
just
hear
a
us,
typo.
devs? Change it. Yeah, and other than that, obviously the misconception that Meg is underage, which
Oh god, I hate that one.
yeah,
Mm.
I feel like most of the misconceptions about them you can just be applied to any sort of ship
Yeah.
because shipping people, a lot of people who don't already ship really frown down on that. I don't know why. And then the other question I had was uh, probably really related to the other questions, but is there anything about the ship that you think is underrated? I guess it really ties into a lot of the questions, like what's your favorite things about them, or
Hmm.
what are the cannons. But I think one of the things I was gonna say was that like if you just compare them to the other ships, I think Magmelon is underrated because I'm thinking about that one. I had something
Well,
to say, but I forgot because my brain is small.
it happens to the best of us.
Yeah, yeah,
I think kind of because they're not the quote unquote like conventionally attractive kind of people, like type of people that people are drawn to.
oh yeah,
So I think people are more like, there's a lot of Michael fan fiction. There's a lot of ones with like Legion, with Ghostface, with kind of the more like sexier killers,
Yeah, like
kind of,
the
you know?
charismatic, like conventionally attractive ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get.
And so I think Megmillan kind of gets overlooked because it's not that. And to me, I think they're both hot. Let's be
Yeah.
real. But
Yeah, I can't believe how many like tweets and stuff I see of people calling Meg ugly. I'm like, do you have
Bro?
eyes?
She's so cute.
She is so pretty.
I don't understand. That's what I was drawn to them originally.
I mean, you can
It
have
was
your
so cute.
preferences,
I want to play
but
her, and then oh my gosh.
I think they're
Yeah, like
overlooking
fair
them.
enough, but ugly? Just no.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Meg's a cutie. Meg is.
They're both adorable.
Yeah, they are.
Evan's just a little dirty.
Just a dirty boy.
Just swipe,
a little
just
bit of
swipe,
a
just get a little wet rag. Give about 5 minutes, he'll be fine.
Put him in the shower, and then when he comes out, he'll be fine.
Yeah, just get that man a shower.
Okay, Evan in a bubble bath.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I think. Oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna say. Because I think a lot of people look over Meg and the Trapper because, the first character's in, right? They're the everyman character, they're the basic, they're the vanilla. But they're really not.
Mhm.
Like, every single Dead by Daylight character has a really well thought out lore. Like, they each have their character, they each have their own lore. Like, it's not like Meg and Trapper are just like, this is a survivor, this is a killer. They came here because one is bad and one is sad. Like, no, they each have their detail. And I think people overlook them a lot because they think they're basic. But they're not.
Yeah, I think a lot of people tend to kind of gloss over like quote unquote chapter ships. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the killers and the shipped with the survivors that came out in their chapter.
Yeah.
And you can kind of consider like Meg or Dwight like Evan's like quote unquote chapter survivors. So I think a lot of people will be like, well, that's the only reason, and they don't look any further into it.
Yeah. But there are a lot of chapter ships. Like, you don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, like a chapter where a killer and a survivor come out, they are going to be shipped together. It doesn't matter who they are.
But that doesn't mean that the characters don't have any oh, what is the word I'm looking for? I
Like
lost
substance
it.
to them.
Yeah, they don't have any like.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just use that word. There's another word I'm looking for, but it's fine. They have a lot of connections, and like they're not bad ships at all. Like, a lot of them are actually really good, so I don't think people should overlook any ship.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like every ship in Dead by Daylight at least has something to offer.
Yeah, something
Like
potential.
there's a reason why every single ship has its little community, and I
Yeah.
think it's worth hearing.
Well, not even to mention that a lot of the chapter characters are written with connections in the first place. Like, a lot of their stories are really similar. So it's like, obviously there's gonna be connections there.
Like Deathslinger and Zarina, for example, like they both have like these like super intertwined like backstories. I don't necessarily ship those two, but I can see why people do.
Yeah.
Like just the like they like to do a lot more these days with like the intertwining backstories, but that is like you can take that and run with that in fan fiction, dude.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's so easy.
Free ships. Everyone wants some free ships? Got free ships over here. Yeah. Yeah, no, those are all really good ideas. I think overall Magmelon's just a really good ship, and I wish it was more pop. Like, at the same time, I don't want it to be more popular, so that something like Myers and Jake doesn't happen, where it just gets overrun. But at the same time, I wish more people saw the great in it because more fanfic, more fan art. Yeah, please.
I feel like,
Yeah.
and I this might not be true, but I feel like ships, like just MF ships in general, will never get as popular.
Probably
you know what I mean?
not.
Yeah.
Like I don't want it to sound bad, but
No.
generally the popular ships in fandom are always going to be like FF, MM, and which is totally understandable. A lot of like
Yeah.
queer people on the internet don't want to consume quote unquote heterosexual relationships,
Yeah.
which is totally fine. I understandable, but because of that reason, I feel like there's a lot of it's never going to get to that level. And honestly, I'm happy that it won't. But
Yeah, I feel like it doesn't help that a lot of people. I can't really comment much on it because I'm not queer myself, but I feel like a lot of people get scared away from male-female ships because I see a lot
Yeah.
of people saying like, "Ew, just another male-female ship," which totally
Yeah,
fair
yeah.
because there are a lot of ships and
Yeah, I mean, it's
representation for
fair.
that. But
There is so much like het content on the
Yeah.
world. It's incredibly oversaturated, which
Yeah.
it's honestly fair to disregard it. But there's some good ones out there,
Yeah, but
especially Macmillan.
yeah, that doesn't mean that, people can't enjoy het relationships. That doesn't mean
Yeah.
that, you can't be scared away from enjoying a het relationship. That's not fair. It's like, yeah, like Macmillan, they're still good. They might be overrepresented in the media, but they're still good.
They're still good.
I think probably people are probably
Agreed.
really like put off from the fact that it's the like big scary man and like the small woman. I
Yeah.
feel like if Macmillan was reversed and it was like just like Huntress and Jake, for
Yeah.
example, if the roles were reversed, I think it would be a lot more popular.
Probably. I don't know. Is Huntress and Jake really popular? I see it a lot.
It
But
used to be. Back in like 2018, 2019, it was very, very popular. But these days, everybody ships Jake and Michael.
yeah, I I see it a lot. It's
Yeah.
Dwight and David and Jake and Huntress.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
not
Kingfield and
Jake and
Jayers.
Jake and Shape. Yeah, I see that so much. That's what I. You know what? I'm really sad because I do like Nia and Wraith as well. I was saying this to one of my followers the other day. I do like Wraith and Nia a lot, but they have a lot of fan art. Like I'm sure you've seen it before.
Oh yeah, they have tons.
But they have like 2 fanfics on AO3, and they're not even that long. So it's like, so sometime in the future, I know I
Yeah.
want to write more about them because there are other ships out there I like.
It's
But
probably also because the Wraith is canonly in a relationship with the nurse in
yeah,
DVD
I
lore.
did see that the promotional images are canon. They're supposed to be. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Dave just kind of confirmed that on a whim because he likes it. I feel like you could probably take that one with a grain of salt, but when it comes to fandom, like that's probably going to be the one that people most gravitate to. That and Trapper and Wraith. That's also the other like big Wraith ship.
Yeah. Still makes me sad though.
Yeah, Wraith and Nia is cute.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Um, oh my God, what were the other ships that you had in Breath of Life, Hannah? I think there was Kate and
Oh,
Ace, right?
Kate and
Oh
Ace,
yeah,
which is
dude.
so
The Cade and
like
Ace one came so out of left field, but I was so into reading it. Like I never thought of those two before ever.
Yeah, me neither.
honestly, I that isn't even something that I like shipped myself before Breath of Life, but I just thought like while writing, I was like, okay, it was almost like a plot device where I'm like, I need them to do this for some reason. And then I was like, oh, but what if? And then the more I like thought about it, the more I was like, oh my God, they would actually be so stinking cute together. And then I like ended up shipping them myself because like Kate, I imagine she's just this really polite Southern woman, and she's just so nice and she just cares about people. And
And
then
then you
Ace,
got
who
greedy ass Ace.
Ace,
Basically a
that
sewer rat.
that fucking loser.
I think that like she's so nice to him and he not getting that in his own life, like people just overlook him, so he's this
Yeah.
cocky asshole all the time and
Pretty lady nice to me?
and you're like, oh, what? Which is this? And I think and even I would love to even write a whole freaking fan fiction about them, but like slowly come to realize like, oh my God, do I actually? And then of course her being in the hospital, it like him realizing like, no, I really care about her. Oh God. And then it just, evolves from there. And I like all little side things of him going like, so what do you guys think if I did this? And he's just there like, oh, you're just sweet. No, you're sweet. It's fine. And everyone's like, no, he likes you. I think that's fun.
Yeah, I love how there's so many different ships in the DVD. Like, there's so many characters. You can mix and match really any of them. Like, I'm sure if you put all the survivors and all the killers in a randomizer and pick 2 names, and you'd get a decent ship. So it's like,
I mean, how many characters are there now? Like 60?
Oh my gosh,
I
yeah.
think there is 50. I think now that the new chapter's coming out, I think there's 50.
Yeah, there might be like
crazy amount.
maybe 51. I don't know if that's right though.
I think it's around 50, definitely around 50 because I remember watching one of those Jeopardy games that Matthew Cote hosted. I think he said there was
I haven't
50.
seen those.
Oh, they're really cute.
Hmm. I'll have to look it up.
Actually, I learned stuff from there. I mean, I guess if you get a dev hosting it, then obviously you're
Yeah.
gonna learn a few things. But yeah, it was actually pretty interesting. Um, but yeah, like the ships. Oh, I love the Dividend ships. Like man, like I don't ship that many ships, but like I just like each and every single one of them. I think they're all good,
Yeah.
good and valid.
As we were saying, because like they have some lore and they have,
Yes.
the cosmetics and they have even how they stand and like you can kind of tell who they are as a person a little bit, but there's nothing explicitly like said or ingrained
Yeah.
how they are as a person. So there's so much opportunity and just imagination that you can put into these people. And I think, yeah, you would be able to find a connection between almost everybody.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Exactly. Exactly. I am still nervous to
Macmillan's still
write
the best.
some creative ships in my own rating. I'm still debating on whether or not to write any more ships either, because like I don't want to take away the spotlight from Megmillan, and even if I wrote them, I wouldn't. But at the same time, I'm always worried, like, what if people won't like the ships? What if people won't read because I include other ships?
Yeah,
But
that's
then,
like one thing I'm always kind of worried about. It's like, you throw in like a little side ship there and people are
yeah,
like, ew, I don't want to read this.
yeah. But at the same time, like, you look at Hannah's Breath of Life, and like, she has quite a few ships in there, and then people love it though. They eat it up.
Yeah, like even ships that I hadn't even thought of before, like just put me onto it.
Yeah,
Reading Breath of Life.
they're all like, okay,
Oh
they
my
just
gosh.
accept it.
Yeah, I put in Kingfield too because I was like, okay,
Yeah.
it was a lot of like fan service for that one. I'm like, people will like this, but then in the back of my mind, I was still like, I know there are people who don't like this, and so I'm like,
Well, there's always gonna be people who don't like
should
something.
I? And then
That's
I
just
was
a
like,
given.
well, I'm gonna
I
do
think
it anyway, and it's like in the background. See, it's not like
Yeah.
front and
yeah.
center, but it's still like
Yeah.
just fun and playful. And I
That's the
think
best.
people can just skip those paragraphs if they want. They don't need to read it.
I think Kingfield is like the most like ship in the entire fandom though too, to be
Probably.
fair. Like I like even like the devs, like do you guys remember like the last anniversary stream? There was literally a
Oh
Kingfield
my
mentioned in loading
Yeah.
screens.
yes,
Yes.
the
The
Kingfield
devs
fan
are like
art.
actively shipping it as well. I think they were trying to hint at the fact that they're turning David LGBTQ.
Oh, I had a friend
Foreshadowing.
who hated Kingfield so much. And so of course when we were playing and that came up, he would just like start screaming and raging. And he really liked David and Ace. And he's like, it should be David and Ace. It should be David and Ace instead. I'm like, really?
Honestly, mood.
Okay. Okay. That's
I don't think
interesting.
I've
But
ever seen
sure.
that ship before, to be honest.
No,
Oh.
there's fan art out there because he found it.
Huh.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen it. That actually surprised me. Usually I've
Interesting.
seen at least one of everything.
I think I've seen HB shipped with everyone, every man, honestly. And other than like the Kate ship that you had, I don't think I've seen HB shipped with any other girl.
Yeah, I haven't seen that really either.
I remember
So I'm like, I'm just gonna make this work.
right when Jane came out, like Ace X Jane had its little run.
Really?
But now other than that, no, not really. I mean, the common consensus is that Ace is gay in fandom, at least. Which I mean, have you seen the man? Fair enough. But
He's like your old gay uncle, man.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like, like, oh yeah, he could definitely be gay, be gay. But I also think it's kind of cool that he's like so comfortable in himself that he's like, nah, I like this. I like dressing. I act like this, but I
Yeah.
also like women, or I just like everybody, or I like beautiful people. And I think it's really
Exactly.
fun to
Yeah,
explore
I
that
imagine
too.
he's like the I don't put a label on it kind of guy.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. I like Ace. I always liked Ace. I wanted to main him when I was first starting the game, but then I read like those like things that are like the best characters to start playing, and I was looking at Meg. I'm like, Meg's perks are better. I could have been an Ace main, but I was scared of not being
We
good
need
at
more
the
ace
game
mains,
because I
honestly.
had the wrong perks. I know, honestly, I should have been an Ace main.
Starting off Dead by Daylight's scary though,
It
because you think
was.
like I need to pick the most important person, and then you
Yeah.
realize, oh, it doesn't actually matter.
Yeah,
I
I
can get
remember
these
my build
perks
always
if I want
included
them.
resilience because I remember all the DBD YouTubers being like, "Oh yeah, vault speed build, best build." I didn't
Okay,
understand why it was
to be
good,
fair,
but
all right, Vault Speed's pretty nice.
I never knew why
He's
it
like,
was
hey,
good.
hey,
I just
hey.
believed them.
If you're good at looping, vault speed is nice. If you're more of like a gen jockey, then it's not going to do anything for you.
Oh yeah, when I started out, I was definitely just a gen jockey, and I always brought medkits, so I was always healed. So I don't know why you ran it. Yeah. Oh yeah. I like Kingfield. Like it's a cute ship, but
Oh yeah, I love
I
Kingfield.
like David. But I'm gonna be honest, and I don't really know why. I don't like Dwight. Honestly, I don't want to send any hate toward him or others, but I think he's kind of overrated.
When I
He
first got into the DBD fandom, I fucking despised Dwight. I thought he was a little spineless bitch. I hated him. I like him more now, but at the beginning, I hated him, and it was for no reason. I just looked at him. I was like, I hate your face.
Oh, yeah, I don't.
Your
Like,
existence.
oh my god, I disliked him so much when I first started writing the plot of my fanfic. I literally forgot Dwight existed, so that's why he's not one of the first people that Meg runs into. It's I literally had to write Dwight in at the very end just because I forgot about him.
Oh my god.
And I'm literally gonna make him have a comeback and make him some sort of important plot device just to say sorry because poor Dwight.
I mean, his archive didn't really help either. Like, it gave us nothing.
Yeah, I kind of
That was
agree. I'm still
bad.
kind of confused. Like,
Yeah, I have no clue.
everyone characterizes him as this nervous little guy, right? But then in the lore, it says he's a leader, and that doesn't feel right to me. Like, you gotta believe the lore, right? Lore is right. But to me, it just doesn't feel right.
They call
don't
him a
know.
leader, but I haven't seen anything from his lore or like
Yeah.
anything like that to indicate that that's true.
It doesn't feel right. That's why my fanfic, it's like Dwight tried being a leader, but he failed. I haven't read that yet, but I'm gonna because I cannot see Dwight being a leader. I am sorry. Even
Yeah,
though
he
he has
just
a
ends
perk called leader.
Yeah. He just ends up sounding like bossy, but nobody respects him or listens.
Exactly, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, guys, do this, and they're all like,
Yeah.
no.
He's just kind of there.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
just kind of there.
I do like Dwight, but definitely maybe a little overrated.
And now we went from talking about Macmillan to just roasting Dwight.
Bashing
It's just like,
Dwight.
oh, Megmillan's so cute. Anyway, fuck Dwight. Like,
Yeah, screw
The main
him.
point of this.
No, I have nothing against Dwight. Please, please don't come for me.
And it's funny that we both hate Dwight, or we all hate Dwight, but then Dwight's in Breath of Life, Dwight's in your store. It's like we could not write
Dwight's
him. but it's
everywhere,
like, no, he
man.
needs to be
Dwight's
there.
like a plague. You can't get rid of him. He's contagious.
Right?
it's like you don't like the guy, but he's the piece of that puzzle that you need. Without him, he's missing.
Well, he's one of the original
Yeah.
4, so you kind of got to include him because you know that he would build a bond with Meg, Claudette, and Jake.
Yeah, like those
So-
4, like you have to include like their bond.
No, just write it in. Yeah, Meg, Claudette, and Jake just hate him too. Dwight? Who? Oh yeah,
And this
Dwight.
guy.
Frick him, man.
They go and leave, and they're like, I feel like we're missing something.
Yeah, they're all at the X gates.
Let's
Like,
just back home.
wait, where's the 4th person? Who did we even bring into the
It's like,
trial?
wait,
Dwight.
are we forgetting something? Well, if you forgot, it probably wasn't important. You're probably right. Dwight crying.
Oh, poor Dwight.
Dwight getting left in the forest for the second time.
It's so funny though. I love playing him in the game. I run him with no perks just because it looks like a baby Dwight. The killer underestimates me, and then I absolutely just loop them for 5 gens. It's so funny.
It's so fun.
You'd think it wouldn't work, right? Because everyone does it.
Oh, it
But
always
it
works.
works. It really does. I had this Blight commit to me for 5 gens, and he wasn't a bad Blight at all, but he just kept underestimating me. It was so fun, man.
It's the psychological mind games
I
that
know.
you have to win.
I play Meg, and everyone sweats against me, and then I play Dwight, and like everyone's treating me like a baby.
Oh, okay, like you mess up once, and they're like, it's okay. They're learning.
Yeah.
Like, let's you go.
And
Aw,
then I
a
g-
new player. Here, let me
Yeah.
teach them how to play. Follow me.
Yeah, that's a baby tweet.
I love playing Baby Dweet. It's so much fun. All right, shall we get back to Megmillan, or are we gonna roast Dwight more?
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah. The original topic. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gotten to the bottom of the list, and I just have a few smaller topics. But if you guys have anything else you want to talk about, like right now, then we can totally do that. Anything else? that you
I
might
think we've covered a whole bunch of stuff, honestly.
Yeah, we really have. There's a few, just like the rest of them are just really small things. We don't have to talk about them long, but
Guys, I'm sorry, but I need to step away for a second. My family's been like blowing my phone up. I need to see what they need.
It's okay.
Yeah, no
Sorry,
problem.
I'll be right back.
Can
One
wait
second.
for you.
Okay.
All right, we'll just talk about something else then until we get back.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So, you gonna give me any hints toward what your 2 chapters are gonna entail?
Oh my god. Okay.
Turkey's gonna be so pissed.
Oh my god. She's gonna rewatch this recording and be like, I missed
She's gonna hate us.
Well, oh my gosh. So the next 2 chapters, originally it was just one big chapter, but it got to be like 35,000 words. And I'm like,
Wow.
okay, I know I like long chapters, but I need to split this.
Yeah.
This is too much. And but it's gonna be really heart-wrenching,
Oh.
as Breath of Luck always is. We realize I'm trying to like figure out how to say this without giving it away. We realize something. We realize something.
Realize.
We just realized something Meg thought that happened for years actually turns out never happened.
Wow. That sounds
So
exciting.
it's gonna be kind of like this twist that we're expecting something to happen. It's kind of like hinted like, hey, this thing's gonna happen, and then it completely like 180s. So lots of fun twists and heartbreak.
I am so hyped.
Just I would say, hydrate, drink water.
Very good advice.
Like this one chapter I was writing that like it hit me that I needed to like step away and take a break for like a day. Because I was like, it got so like, oh gosh, this is really hard to write. And then I had to come back. I think that's also kind of why I took a break from writing it so much, because I had this mental block on writing what is going to happen, that I was like, I just feel like I wanted to do it justice and I felt like I couldn't with my own like stuff that was going on in my life. So now I'm like in a better place.
That's great.
And now I'm like there writing it, and I'm so excited to upload. It's taking everything to not just like upload it every night. I'm like, what if I just like surprise? But I'm like, I can't. I still have people that like want to beta read my stories, and I'm like, I should send it to them because they're like super, super, super big help, and I appreciate them so much. But it's hard, man. But they'll be coming soon.
I'm so happy. So happy for you and happy that I can read your writing.
Right, guys. And I have new chapters of my other stories, other Megmillan stories, and the other Megmillan one I'm writing. I only have one chapter out. It's Only You. And that one isn't going to be so much of a slow burn. So it's not going to be like Breath of Life slow burn. And Evan is a lot flirtier. A lot more flirty.
Oh my god.
So
can't wait
that's
to read
fun
that.
to explore that kind of
dynamic
between Meg and Evan, where he's like flirting with her and she's like, what is this?
Oh yeah, definitely.
No, but I mean, okay, that sounded. She's kind of like, oh my gosh, what? No, don't. What? Are you really doing that?
Stop.
No. But then she kind of is like, oh my gosh, no. This is so much fun, but she doesn't know how to react.
Oh, I love that. I'm definitely gonna have to read that as well when it comes out. God, if I had the time, I'd write so many different ideas. I get a lot of ideas, but I just never have the time to write it. I put like 80% of all my energy into writing the one I'm currently working on. Hello. And I like don't really have energy to work on anything else. Yeah, Turkey, we're totally talking about anything. No, nothing.
Okay, I believe you immediately. No further investigation required.
No, you're not going to be upset about missing anything.
Okay, I believe you.
Okay, good.
No, we could talk about it later. I'm sure. Right, Hannah? Right?
I don't know. I mean, the moment passed, man. I don't know.
Well, I guess we'll just have to move on.
No, we'll come back around to it. Don't worry. Okay, moving back on to the questions. I had just a few tiny little points here that weren't really like a huge conversation piece, but just things I noticed.
Okay.
Some of the first fanfics I read, I think they're like the older ones, honestly. I saw a lot, and I don't really know why. Like, kind of, but like I saw a lot that Meg was being compared to a rabbit, and then Evan was being compared
Oh,
to like a more predator animal, like a bear, I think.
yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think I definitely saw it in one fic, but I might have seen it in more. Um, yeah, I don't really know what else to say, but it just that's something I've seen before,
I was
Yeah,
like,
and
no, that is
that interesting
interesting.
thought.
yeah, yeah, good thought, good thought, good thought. I don't know, like I can see why, but could make it fast. But maybe you guys
Yeah, like the
know
fast,
why.
and then Evan just kind of being this
Like a big bear?
hulking kind
Big
of predator. Yeah, and like ugh, bears are terrifying, but so cute, and maybe
dangerous but cute,
that's
yes.
Evan.
If bear dangerous, then why want pet? Why small ear?
Why?
Why fuzzy?
Why
Meg
even?
explaining to the other
Why?
survivors why
Aw.
she's dating a killer. No, I think that's cute.
I
It's
think
kind of
a lot of
it's kind of
people
fun.
really like the predator prey dynamic.
Yeah,
Just look at
that's
like Beastars, for example.
yeah. Yeah,
It's probably it probably stems from that.
yeah, I've never really been a fan of that, but I can see why
Yeah,
I can see it. I think the part I liked best was just the nicknames that he'd always give her, like My Little Rabbit. I think that was pretty cute.
that is familiar. Where have I seen that?
Yeah, it was in a certain fanfic. I can't remember it. It's
You know what? I think I read it. I think I read it.
probably did. Yeah, I'd have to find it. I'll find it for you later. But I think it was one of the first ones I read.
No, that sounds so familiar, and I feel like
It was a
when
Yeah,
good
it
I
is.
it was
started
a good
writing
fanfic.
fanfiction,
I don't want the
there was
writer
like,
to hear this and think that I'm
oh,
like
no,
bullying their
it's
fic.
good
No, it was
thing
good.
too.
It was just kind of I was just kind of curious where it came from.
Wait. Was it that one where there's like a bunch of time skips?
I don't remember honestly. I'd have
There
to
was like this
look.
one that was like a different point in time.
It was like fissure or something like that.
I think it was Fissure.
I think honestly there was one that was just called like something rabbit. I don't know. I'll look. I'll look.
I
I
don't
will
remember.
definitely look. It could be that I think it is possible multiple fanfics had that, but there's one I'm
Yeah, I
thinking
mean,
of.
it wouldn't surprise me. I'm
Yeah.
like people drawing Meg as the rabbit and Trapper as the bear has been
Yeah, the
happening for
fan
years.
art
So
too. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I've done it.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to compare them animals, probably be the best comparison.
Yeah, I mean, if they were ever going to create fursonas, those would definitely be the ones.
Yes. Um, like how I have another point down here, fan art. But like we've already talked about fan art, and it's really good. So I don't think we need to talk more about that. Yeah, everyone knows that Macmillan fan art is some of the best.
S tier.
Yeah, it's
Oh
really
yeah.
good. Um,
I'm upset that there aren't more soulmate fan fictions about Megmillan, because there's like a
Oh.
couple out there,
There was
but
one.
they aren't. I think it was by like Zoom's fix or something.
I
What
think
was it?
yeah, there was one fan fiction that was happening. It was so good, and then they abandoned it. I was so sad.
oh my
I
god.
remember getting the email that like they updated, and I was like, yes. And then they're like, sorry guys, I can't continue this. I was like, oh, my
Oh, I
heart.
guess I was fucking crying, dude. I was so upset. It was so good.
Oh, I feel that. I see the little fan art that Turkey posted. That's cute. Oh my god. But yeah, no, soulmate. It's never been a favorite trope of mine, but I can see why people really like it because it's a good idea. Like any character, you can put soulmate trope in any character and it's good. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
I
is
feel
the
like,
best AU.
I'd offer to write
and
it,
it's
but
so
I
much
like I said,
fun,
I'm not a big fan of it. So nothing wrong with it. I
especially
just
for like, yeah, there's
oh,
nothing wrong with it, but I
is
think
that
especially
Neon
for
Wraith?
like DVD.
But,
Aw.
yeah, that's Neon Wraith. I think I
Wait,
like
is she
that
a
one.
cat and he's a? They're both cats.
She's a Finnick fox and he's a hairless cat.
Oh, that's funny. No, Nia's definitely a cat, though. I'm sorry. No one can argue with me there. She's definitely a cat.
Fair point.
Yeah, I think like the soulmate kind of AU for DVD is cool because it's like you realize this person that's trying to kill you is your soulmate, and you're like, what the
what
no.
the hell?
Just the like this struggle with like, no, that's not happening. No,
I keep
the
thinking of that one
denial.
fic. Oh, it slapped so hard. It was the one where like their first words were written on their arm.
Yeah.
Oh my, it was so good. God, I wish there were more soulmate ones.
Oh yeah, you could do
And then
so
like
much
it's
with
mad
them.
because it's kind of like the words were like really awful.
Yeah,
And
just
she's
fuck
just like,
you.
how will I ever? Oh my gosh, yeah, it was like leave me alone if you know what's good for you or something like that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh my god, why? How would that be my soulmate? And then like the trapper yells at her, and oh my
She's
gosh,
like, holy shit,
Yeah,
holy shit,
was
holy
it
shit.
wasn't the trappers like, shut up, like get away from me, you stupid idiot, or something like that?
you big idiot.
I can't remember. It was like you like fuck you, like
Yeah.
it was something like that. I don't remember. It's been a while since I read it, but
Okay,
It
those
was
ones are
so
really
good.
cute. I'd read that. I think those soulmate AUs are cute.
I would even recommend it, even though it was, abandoned, unfortunately. Even what is there is really good.
oh, it's so good.
Oh my
Man.
goodness. Yeah. Since I put fan art as one of the
Captain?
points. Sorry?
Ow! Sorry, my cat just attacked me. From the side.
Kitty.
He just jumped up and like clawed onto my chair and just hung there like freely.
Sounds like a cat to me.
I think I probably need to feed him. Anyway, sorry.
Oh my god, that's a good point. If do you think Meg and Evan would ever get a pet? That's something I was thinking about the other day, and I was thinking about it long and hard.
Evan really strikes me as someone who just wants like a big dog. Like I don't know if that's like if you guys would agree, but he strikes me as like he wants to get a golden retriever, like a hunting dog, to like just have and not take hunting or anything, just spoil it.
It's
Just to
funny.
have.
I was thinking that he would be like the kind of like quote unquote dad that's like, I don't want a pet in this house. I don't want to do that. But then
Oh,
Meg
of course,
one, so
Meg
they
would
get
come home
one.
with it and be like, "We're keeping this." He'd be like, "No, I don't. No." And then a
And
week
then it
later,
becomes
he's just
his
sitting
dog.
there holding it like a baby, just petting it.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Yeah, I always
That's
thought he
how
was
I
definitely
see it. And
like
he's like, no,
that.
this is mine.
Yeah. Like to me, he was always like, I don't want an animal. Animals are dirty. Animals are
They are useless.
bothersome. They don't do anything for us. And then Meg comes home with like a stray cat, and he's like, Meg, I think I really love this little furry thing. Can I
It's
call
just,
her
like, sleeping on his
Coco?
head.
Just his bald head.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. I can definitely see like you know that Meg has taken care of a cat before. I can definitely see her doing that again and just taking in someone else's cat and be like, Evan, this cat's staying with us for a while. And he's like, oh, great.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No.
I feel like Meg is just a natural caretaker.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like she would like foster cats.
Oh,
or something.
absolutely.
Like, and
Oh yeah.
not ask Evan and Evan be like, we're not doing that. And she's like, well, guess what?
Guess what?
Guess
I
what? I
have a
got
whole
6
layer
more
of
in the car.
Oh yeah.
And then of course he
definitely.
can't argue with her because he's just
No.
like, fine. He'll never like be truly upset with her.
He's
But
stubborn.
Evan is the
like,
biggest simp on the planet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. He like wants to argue, but then he just looks at her puppy dog eyes. He's like, okay, fine.
Damn it.
Damn. Damn it, Meg. I can't say no to you. Yeah. That was all my points, and then I just wrote down like, everyone always assumed that it's a sexual thing, but like that was another point to where what the assumptions that I should have mentioned, that when you say that you ship someone, they automatically assume like it's a sexual thing.
Yeah,
But
I
there's
mean,
more to our
for some
relationship
people,
than just sex.
for some people, I'm sure it is, but for the majority of like Macmillan shippers, it's definitely more
Yeah.
like emotional.
Well, you can still have sex, like that's part of a relationship.
I mean, yeah.
Oh great.
People assume that's all they ever write about. No character development, just these two characters having sex right now.
I mean, unless you're reading Breath of Life and you're 150,000 words in and you're like, where is it?
Is the hand holding.
That's better.
Yeah, they started out as where's the sex, Hannah? Now they're like, where's the hand holding, Hannah? Oh my god.
Gosh.
No, definitely.
It's so good. And I remember when I like had them hold hands for the first time, and that was still like 60,000 words in, 70,000 words in, and finally people were like, "Yes, that's the stuff." And
People get more excited over that over anything else.
God.
Yeah.
My reader's gonna start killing me soon. I'm 100,000 words in, and they still haven't still haven't done anything. They still don't even call each other friends. So like, honestly, I think
It's
I
the
might
best
have
kind
to
of slow
look
burn.
out. Look over
Mhm.
my shoulder once in a while. Lock the door at night.
But the payoff will be so
Oh yeah,
rewarding.
it certainly will. I've got some really cool things coming planned up. The push that they need to start you know, holding hands.
That's
not
it.
not even admit that they love, just holding hands.
They just hold hands, yeah.
That's the most
Do
important
because
step.
they are so stubborn. So they'll just be like, fine, okay.
Oh my god, I'm gonna drive myself insane with the slow burn as well. But it's so fun to write, honestly. Like I love one shots where they're just doing like lovey stuff, but at the same time, slow burn, that's good.
You need that angst,
Yes,
the
I do.
The
anticipation,
spice.
I
the
do.
spice.
Yeah, I want to write my one shots. I really like the domestic stuff. I don't know why. I used to not like domestic stuff at all, but now I absolutely love it. I can't stop writing it.
So cute.
Yeah, like oh my god, that's another thing I don't know why I didn't write down the kid stuff. Because I remember Hannah in your fic, right? There was
Oh yeah.
Meg had like an image or dream of something where she was imagining that she never had a kid, right?
Yep. Like their life
Trying
was
to
just
remember.
normal and
Yeah, like I
It was
can't
so
get that out of my
sweet.
head since then. Cause like domestic Macmillan, yes, hello,
just living their life, her waking up to him cooking breakfast.
uh-huh.
And I just love like that even like all the survivors and like all the friends, like they just have all these aunts and uncles that spoil them
Yes.
too. Along with Nick and Evan and like
Oh,
ugh.
Nia would
And
be the
I
best
always
aunt.
she would. Oh my gosh. And I always picture them having a daughter because I just
Oh
like the
yeah,
image of Evan just like loving and spoiling this little girl like that he just
yeah,
loves so much and he's just oh it's just so cute and yeah.
exactly. No, I was trying to be really original, like in my fanfic. I was like, all right, if they have a kid, I was like thinking of what the ending should be. If they have a kid, then it probably should be a boy, so it's different for Hannah's, right? But then I just sat there, I'm like, I can't imagine having them anything else but a daughter.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like having a son would scare the shit out of Evan too.
Yeah, he wouldn't want to be like his dad at
Oh,
all, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it would
kind
provide
of the
some good
trauma coming
angst,
back.
but at the same time, like you don't want him to be scared of his own kid.
Yeah.
It could be kind of like a really cool thing though to explore him going like him having
Yeah,
a son and then
definitely.
doing that I will not be my father and like and I am
Oh
gonna
yeah, it'd
do
be
things so differently, and
Yeah, that would be
overcoming
really
that
good to write.
trauma I think would be cool to explore too.
yeah, it'd be
Oh
a
yeah.
super interesting thing to like explore, but also cute.
Very cute. Write it down for later. Another fanfic idea. One of like a million.
There's this one shot that I wrote for someone who has baited my stories and has been like with me since the beginning too, and she was talking about the idea of them having a daughter and then like and having a tea party, and that's where like my little one shot of them having
Aw.
a tea party comes from, and like I just love the image of Evan sitting at this little like plastic pink table
Oh my
with
god.
like a big tutu on and
I
just like
remember.
spoiling his daughter and like Meg just being like, oh, and like threatening to take pictures, and
I
then
remember
him going
reading
like, if you
that.
do, I will.
Meg
Oh
just
my
walks
god.
in. What are you doing? Evan, like hunched over, like his huge muscles, wearing a tutu, just looks up, holding his little cup with his pinky raised. We're having a tea party.
In a really plaintive
I
tone,
love
we're
it.
having a tea party. Or like really sassy tone, we're having a tea party. Obviously. Oh, and then he gets it. Their daughter gets her stubbornness from them. Like she's
Oh, she
like
would
the most
rival them.
stubborn person in the world. The stubborn kid. Because her mom and her dad are both super stubborn. Oh yeah, that
I
too.
feel like they'd be like, why are you so stubborn? Like if they ever get friends, like, well, because you're my parents. Like,
Yeah,
Have you
Meg
where do
would.
you
guys
think I got
met
it
each
from?
other? Like,
Yeah, Meg would be like, "Oh, Evan, your daughter's so stubborn," and he's like, "Well, have you met yourself?
He
she
gets
gets it from you.
She gets it from
Yes.
you." And she's like, she
No,
gets it from
then,
you."
no.
No, she gets it from you. And he is
And
just
they would
like,
never admit.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he is just like, she gets it from both of you, don't you know?
I just love even AUs like that and just like the
Yeah,
oh, future where everything's happy
yeah. That's why I
because they
like
go through so
domestic.
much angst. But oh,
Only so much angst. You can only have so much.
Oh, it's never enough
never know.
angst. As long as there's a happy ending.
You know what's so funny? I'm
Exactly.
thinking of writing multiple endings for my fic just so that I can have an angsty ending, a sad ending, happy ending, domestic ending. I want all of it. All of it. And they can the writer
orig-
the readers can just pick whatever one they want.
Oh my gosh, I could choose your own adventure.
Yeah, kinda, yeah.
It's like, if you want a happy ending, go here. If you want
Yeah.
an angsty ending,
If
go
you want to
here.
cry, go
Oh.
here. If you want to laugh, go here.
Yeah, Oddfellows recently did that. Like, the author like updated for the first time after
Really?
years, and they have they have 2 separate endings, like alternate endings that you can pick which one you want.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, they
I
updated
would- I
like this was
would
like less than a
that.
year ago. It was recent.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, I know what I'm doing tonight. Again, it's funny, like for Breath of Life, when I originally started writing it, the ending was gonna be so devastating and so sad. But like the more I've like been writing it, and I'm like, I can't do that now.
Oh yeah, I can't do that to my readers.
I can't do that. But then,
I
like,
could
some
do
things
this,
would
but I'll never emotionally recover.
exactly.
I
And I
want
feel
it
like,
to
oh my
be-
gosh, people would be so mad at me.
Yeah.
I can't do
Exactly.
that. But then I'm like, I kind of want to write it as like an alternate ending to be like, this
Yes.
is where the story was gonna go, but like the
Yes.
actual canonical ending is like this
That's-
other thing over
yeah,
here.
Definitely. That's why I want to do the multiple endings, because then I can write every single one of them, and then the readers won't be mad at me.
I feel like everybody like starts there. Like every time you think of like a long fic in mind, it always has like a bad ending. I don't know if that's like a pattern, but then like while you're halfway through it, you're like, no, it's got to be happy.
Mhm.
We gotta do a good ending.
Like even bittersweet, like it's gonna be kind of like a bittersweet
Yeah.
ending, kind of like a Lord of the Rings ending, where you're like, that was good, but I'm still a little sad. And that's
Yeah.
what I'm going for now, instead of just heart wrenching, awful.
Sob for a
my
week,
God.
call into work.
For a week.
Oh god, yeah, I could talk
Yeah.
for hours about all the different endings I've come up with. There's like hundreds of them. There's like really weird ones too that I actually was considering for some time. I don't
Oh,
know
those
why.
are always fun too.
I don't know why. Well, I guess that's gonna be a speed draw video of me just talking
There
about
you
all the
go.
different endings without revealing the
Yeah,
actual
originally. Exactly. And I think you could even just do, just even the fun ones. Like they get
Yeah.
abducted by aliens, and then it's
They
fine.
get abducted by aliens. That's how they get
That's
out
too
the entry
cliche.
zone.
That's been done 1,000.
Oh, well, you heard it. Turkey doesn't like that.
Oh, not doing it then. Anything for you, Turkey. Not doing it. Don't
Oh
worry.
my
Don't worry,
God.
Don't worry.
Oh, do you guys want to know the original devastating ending to Breath of Life, or do you
Oh,
want it to be?
please.
Is it
Okay.
like a spoiler?
No, it's not, because I have changed it from now, and I'm not gonna things that would potentially spoil. Would not. I'm not
Okay.
gonna say it.
Yes, let's hear it.
But it would end basically. Things happen, this whole thing about people wanting to go back to the entity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or well, some people, not all of them, obviously. And then it would end up that Evan ends up dying at the end, saving Meg, and then like
I would have
she
never
finds
forgiven
him,
you.
so she like assumes that he was like taken back to the entity, like he just disappeared, never found his body,
No!
and then her trying to like move on with her life at the end. And then as I'm writing this, I'm like, I can't do that.
You
No.
can't. I would never sleep again.
Exactly.
I would never
That's
feel
why I
joy.
no.
Food would have no flavor.
No forgiveness.
Oh my
The
gosh,
skies
yeah,
would
I
be
was
gray.
like, I can't do that. The skies would always be gray.
Thank
I'll
God.
live the rest of my life in misery.
Unless you write an alternate
Like,
ending,
no.
then
No, the ending I have now, or that I have planned, I think is good. And it also can lead into a sequel if I want to do that.
oh, sequels.
Yeah.
Sequels.
So I'm like, it would be good to wrap it up, but I'm like, oh my god, if I really miss Breath of Life and I just want to do a sequel, I can like do that too. Like it leads
Oh, yeah.
kind of that
Oh,
that
yeah.
could happen.
You're only 600 pages in. That's that you got a while ago.
And then I'm like, but even the sequel ideas, I could just put it all in the same thing. I'm like, that's gonna be a million words. I don't.
A million words easy. I
I
would
don't know.
happily read a 1,000,000-word Megmillan fanfic.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, who knows? It might happen. I'm still debating.
Well, we'll wait.
But yeah, the original ending will not happen.
I'm sad but relieved.
Yep.
Too much pain for us.
I'm sad
Way
just
too
thinking
much.
about it.
Yeah.
The next ending is just like Meg dies. Like,
Watch this be like the
Oh.
ultimate bamboozle. Like we get to the end of life and that's the ending anyway, and we're like, "Whoa."
Right?
Jeez.
Just absolutely evil. Don't
Absolutely
worry, Evan's not
pranked.
gonna die.
I'm just-
But Meg might.
I'm just cackling over here. Like,
Yeah.
The epilogue is just get pranked loser, and then the fic ends and we never hear from Hannah again.
Delete all my social media.
Yeah, she just goes absolutely silent, and then we're all just like, Hannah!
Find where I live, bang on my door, rewrite that ending. Oh my gosh.
Exactly. God, that makes me so excited to see like what we come up with, because writing is gonna take a long time, but when it does happen, like
forever.
such a good story will come out of all of our writing, and it's so exciting. All the ideas in our brains will finally be put down on a paper.
And it's all for
Finally.
free.
All for free, man.
All
It's so funny. My mom is so supporting of my fan fiction. And she's like, you should publish it. Like, do like what they did with like 50 Shades of Grey and just change them and then publish it. I'm like, I don't think that'll work, Mom. She's like,
No.
you can do it. You're creative.
Yeah, I mean, you could change Evan's name to like Fred. You can't really exactly explain away the eldritch deity that takes them, but you know, we'll change the entity's name to Clarence or something. I'm sure it'll get to pass the
Clarence
censors.
took him. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that's what I
Oh my
used to do
God.
as a kid when I was like really little. I've been writing fanfics for a long time. But when I was like 12,
Same.
like literally the little Wattpad kid, I used to literally like write whole fanfictions, and then I used to be changed up, and I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this published. And I just look back at myself, I'm like, have you ever heard of plagiarism?
And it's funny because like now more and more like books that are coming out were actual like fan fiction.
I know.
And so it is possible, but it's just
No, I would
crazy.
definitely do my original stuff. I still want to be a novelist. I've just been doing fan fiction for so long because I don't want to lose that freedom, man. Because I don't want to be like, you know, lose that creativeness that comes with doing something that you really love and for free. It's like Turkey said, like there's so much creativeness and love that goes into fan fiction, and I don't want it to be different just because I'm writing something original, you know? I'm sure it wouldn't be, but it still scares me sometimes. Like, I want to be free. But
And you don't
but
like
the
have
money.
deadlines. You don't have
Yeah.
people put money.
Well, I mean, even now I give myself deadlines and I stress about it. I'm like, I'm like 2 weeks late.
I did the same thing for so long, and then now it's been a year.
Yeah, you can't really be too hard on yourself.
I feel that though.
Yeah.
I feel that though, where
Things
it's like, oh gosh, I haven't updated this long, and
yeah, things happen though.
but it's still fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feels good when you finally get an upload though.
Yeah, it's really best to wait for like the creativity to come to you anyway, because it's gonna be that's whenever you're gonna write like actually like the really good stuff.
Yeah.
You can't force it.
Definitely. Forcing writing does not always work.
Nope.
Well, sometimes it does work, and then I get super cocky. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna write so much, and then the next day I go to write, and I literally write one word. I'm like, yep, I'm done.
That's it for today.
That's it. That's done. It's really good.
Sometimes my brain like needs to warm up though, and I'll be like, just sit and write, and I'll be like writing just like with a scowl on my face, and I'll be like, this is stupid. and then it'll start like coming, after like 20 minutes, and I'm like, okay, this is better. But during that time, I'm like, why did I choose this? Why did God give me this?
You get like 2 pages in, and you're like, wait, this sucks. Deletes it all and restarts.
There have been so many things that I've deleted from Breath of Life. That I like start writing, and I'm like, this sucks. I have this like a separate file too of things I've written, and I'm like, it doesn't fit anymore, but it's there. And I'm like, maybe I can make it work. And then I'll like, be like mad at myself if I can't. And I'm like, writing sucks.
Well, I hate writing. You say you have to do 100,000.
I hate it as I'm writing.
100,000 word fanfic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I literally last chapter of There's a Reason, I wrote it so many times. Like I had so much writing that I was tempted to just like post it to Twitter or something because it was like so much, but I didn't like it. It wasn't in character and it didn't fit well, so I just scrapped it. It's literally gone, deleted forever.
That's hard.
I know. I'm kind of sad, but like it just didn't work. And sometimes you can just tell when something's not working, and then the next day you come back and you look like, oh yeah, this needs to be deleted. And then you rewrite it, and then you're finally happy with it. It's the hardest part of writing, but it's also the most rewarding.
Yeah.
Because once you finally get, where you want
Yeah.
it to be and like it's starting to flow and you're like,
Yeah,
okay, there we
exactly.
go. Like we're back on track and it's such a great feeling.
Oh, yeah. Well, we have officially covered all of the questions that I've written down. I don't know if there's anything else you guys want to mention. I think we've, like, gone through so much.
Yeah, how long have we been talking
Yeah.
now? Like 2
About
hours?
Like
2
2
hours,
hours.
yeah. You guys are giving me a nice beefy podcast to post.
Yeah.
Bringing all the
It only be,
views. Just
an
kidding.
hour.
It's true. You can't be brief when it comes to Macmillan. It's just not
Nope,
possible.
you really can't.
Look at the fanfics. Look at this.
No, I'm so happy with this because if when I post this, I'm not even gonna edit any of it. It's all good. It's all great.
Yeah.
It's all good. I'm just gonna post it. I'm actually working out a thumbnail. Is it okay if I use your guys' like profile pictures in it, like clickbait you guys? Well, I'll leave this in too. Clickbait you guys. I made a little fan art of Megan Evan because like why are you gonna make a Megmillan like video without putting Megmillan on the front? But I thought it'd be cool if I clickbaited you guys as well. Featuring the one and only Hannah, author of Breath of Life, and QuestionedTurkey, famous YouTuber and fanfic writer and artist.
Notorious
All
FNAF
the
ship
above.
YouTuber.
Like
Just
this.
lists all of the things and all the fandoms she's ever been in.
God.
Just will take the whole thumbnail, just listing everything. of
Yeah.
It's just a wall of text.
Just really getting a clickbait. No, I just want to use her profile pictures. Because I was gonna draw cartoon characters, but then I realized I suck at drawing cartoons. So.
Mood.
And then I was gonna get with my friends to do it, but then I was like, I don't have any money to commission him, so I just gave up. And I'm like, okay, profile pictures will work.
I
Want me to just use?
I will say. Oh,
no, it's
sorry.
okay.
I was gonna say Turkey. When you did leave, I would recommend when this gets uploaded to go back and listen.
To the little part that I skipped?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Even though you didn't miss anything, but
Yeah, you didn't miss anything.
So something, I don't know what it is. There's just a little inkling. I just feel like there's something you guys aren't telling.
No.
I don't know. It might just be intuition. I don't know. It's probably nothing, but
no.
Well, we had to talk about something while you were gone.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Do you want me guys just to use like your Twitter profile pictures for the thumbnail? Is that your best
it's fine.
profile picture?
Sure. Yeah.
Yay, great.
It's just the same picture.
Yeah, it's literally the same, but it'll be recognizable too. It will be. But no, if there isn't anything else you guys want to say, we could probably end in here.
Yeah, I think this was good. Yeah.
This was really good. I'm so happy with how this turned out. We were able to talk for so long, and you guys are so
Yeah,
awesome.
I wasn't expecting this. I was like, this will be fine, but like 2 hours later, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was thinking like 30 minutes, 45. It's been 2 hours. Like I just look up. Can't believe it went by so quick.
Aha! I stole their time. That's my newest achievement. I stole famous Breath of Life author Vanna's and famous YouTuber / artist / fanfic writer QuestionedTurkey's time. Haha.
God.
No, thank you guys so much, though. This was so much fun, and
it was so fun.
You have no idea how grateful I am for you guys for everything.
Well,
you guys are so
grateful
sweet.
for you guys.
It's been so long since I talked about Macmillan. It was nice.
I know. Right?
Yeah.
I talk about Megmillan like to myself pretty much every hour, but then, even then I was like, oh, it's been so long.
But it's nice to like talk to other people.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like
I just have it like in my brain.
yeah, it's such an internal thing that when you really get to talk about it with other people, it's so much fun.
Oh yeah.
And like, if you guys ever
For
want
sure.
to do something like this before at all, like, I am totally down. We could talk about anything or do like not even another podcast.
Yeah.
We could do anything you guys want. I am down for it.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be so much fun.
Yes, anything Magmelon related or just anything that you think I would be interested in doing, I'm down for.
Yeah. No, I
Okay,
definitely like plan something.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So we'll get together and we'll write the screenplay for the Macmillan movie that we're gonna pitch to behavior.
Yes.
Oh my god. Yes. Please.
Let's do it. All right, what's our budget? $5? Yeah, we can work with that.
Well, hang on. I do have a piece of gum in my pocket. I think we can work with that.
Okay, good.
Like one of those videos. I turned a paperclip into a house. I'll sell you this
I have
piece
some like
of
spare
gum.
change lying around.
Yeah, I think I might have a $5 bill under my couch cushions.
Oof, that's a find.
Oh yeah.
A lot of
Man,
money
you're
to hide
basically
under there.
loaded.
Yeah.
I know.
I think that's enough for like a movie and a sequel.
Oh, for sure.
Equal a Broadway play.
Yes, please. Animated TV series too?
Netflix is gonna eat it up.
Oh my god, no, what I'd kill for like not even a Megmelon, just a DVD, like animated TV show or just anything
Oh,
DVD related.
yes.
Like
It
a
would be
novel,
so
graphic
good.
novel, show, anything.
Like
I
an
would
like an
kill
animated
for.
show for DVD would be so well. Like there's
Oh
so much you
yeah.
could do. Maybe
Oh
not
yeah.
live action. I feel like maybe it'd be too expensive to do something like that, you
Oh
know, with
yeah.
costumes, like environments, things like that. But
Yeah.
animated, definitely.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm just thirsty for any DVD content.
Same.
You just know we'd all just be like grasping at every single straw.
Oh yeah.
Taking a screenshot of every single frame and making a 10-tweet thread about it.
Yeah. Literally. Oh my god. No, that's totally something I would do, honestly.
Guys, Meg and Evan stood 10 feet away from each other. It's canon. It's coming true. Macmillan endgame.
Like, oh well, they certainly are standing next to each other.
They certainly are breathing the same air.
And that's all I've ever wanted.
Oh no, that's exactly what we're like. Oh my god. No, I remember I saw a Tumblr post of someone was like, it was a clip of Ottsdarva's stream and he's like, I don't know what he was
Oh yeah,
doing.
I saw that.
Yeah, he's like, who goes well with the Trapper? Meg, right? And they're like, oh my god!
Oh my
Ottsdarva
god,
ships Macmillan confirmed.
Macmillan stand number 1 confirmed.
That's so funny. Sounds exactly what we said. Like, I mean, that's how the Kingfield shippers sounded like until it was actually.
I mean, true.
Until the devs actually were like, yeah, we actually do ship it though.
You guys should have seen me when those when all their matching outfits were coming out at the time.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was losing my mind. Like the Death Garden
Oh, so
masks
good.
matching outfit, the mining one and like the backpack one matching outfit.
Yeah.
The devs literally retweeting Megmillan art. That was
Yeah.
No, guys, don't worry. It's just a hint. Meg's gonna come out as a Evan sexual.
It's okay, guys. They're just really, really good friends. They're making
Really good
out as
friends.
friends. It's platonic. Just a couple of buddies.
Yeah, just a
Couple
couple
of
buds.
buds. Couple of friends.
That reminds me of the tweets under the Kingfield post.
Oh
Oh,
my
they're
gosh.
David and Dwight are such good friends. Yeah, friends. That's really accurate.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for all of this. You guys are really awesome.
Of course.
Yeah, it was so fun.
I would love to do
Yeah,
more
well,
like this.
thank you
again.
guys.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
definitely.
And now we have so many fanfics we need to read.
I know, right?
Right? Have a list going.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, like honestly, this is the best thing I've ever done in a long time. You guys are so nice. Start
So are
sobbing.
you. just you guys.
All right,
Oh
but
my goodness.
really,
But yeah, even doing something else, like a lore
Yes.
thing too, even though
yeah,
it's
just
melon, but just something, you know?
let's chat about the lore. I need to do some research on
fun.
the lore then. I mean, I did some research for writing, obviously, but
Oh, I love DVD lore. I could talk about that
yeah,
all
honestly,
day.
you should be my lore person.
Yeah.
Especially about the blight. I could sit here for
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
a week straight and I would never take a breath.
I've seen your Blight lore videos.
Oh my gosh.
It's really cute though.
You just do a podcast where it's like, okay, Turkey, talk.
Yeah,
Like,
just
teach
talk.
us
I know,
lore.
you don't want to give me that power.
Teach us lore. We'll have a little pub quiz at the end.
Oh my god.
We'll just do character of the day podcast, and then when it reaches the Blight, you'll just start, and then
Oh,
you can just hear Turkey vibrating in her chair. Just
You can just hear slamming on the wall.
yeah. So the Blight.
Podcast is 10 hours long.
Oh my god.
And we
And
don't
that's
even
me being
talk
brief.
much. Yeah,
It's
we
like
don't
heavily edited, like there's 24 hours of unused footage.
yeah, unedited version.
We have to like take off work.
Oh my god.
Like set aside vacation time to
Or
sit.
we just go to
I'd be
sleep
like-
and she's still
I'd
talking.
be like, hey guys, be right back 1 second. I'm gone, and I come back and it's like, hey, where'd you go? Oh, I was just calling in my week vacation days. Anyway, where was I?
Oh my god, yeah. But thank you guys so much. Oh my god, I can't wait to post this. I hope
Oh, it's
other
gonna be so
people like
good.
it
Yeah, I'm
too.
so excited.
I know.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having us.
Yeah.
This idea, like this is so cool.
Yeah.
It was so nice.
I'm just glad that my silly idea was actually followed by you guys. And I'm so glad that
Of
Turkey
course.
found the tweet last second. It was like, I want to join.
Yeah, I looked up Megmillan on Twitter. It was one of the first things I was like, ooh, hello.
Hello.
I had to.
No, I knew that you did that too. I was like, wait, maybe she saw it through Hannah's tweet. I'm like, oh no, she just searches up Megmelon.
Yeah,
I
did.
used to do that too.
I hadn't searched it up in a while, but I did that day, and I'm really glad that I did.
Yeah, I used to do it
It was
too,
meant
but
to
then
be.
I just kept getting sad because people were like, ew, people actually ship Megmelon. And I was
Yeah,
getting
only
sad.
people with massive brains and good taste, you wouldn't understand.
Yes, exactly. Well, I guess we should end it here. Unless there's
Yeah.
anything else
Yeah.
you have to say.
Ending? Outro?
Outro?
Professional?
Outro?
Professional?
It's to cue the outro
Us?
music. It's so unprofessional, but it's so fun. Thank you guys so much, though. I'll say it a million times, and I'll say it a million times more.